the United Wireless Arena, our countdown to kickoff. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilasoff as we get set. Wichita and Dodge City. And with that, let's go ahead and meet the Dodge City offensive starters.
Joshua Floyd, quarterback, Shawan University.
Dominique Carson, running back, Sullivan State University.
Brandon Benson, wide receiver, Illinois State, Chicago Bears.
Maurice Young, receiver, Tennessee State. Kendrick Eames, Millersburg High School, wide receiver.
Backhand Randall Jr., offensive line, Clifton J. Ozone High School.
Kyle McManus, center, Concordia St. Paul.
Anthony Jackson, Arkansas State University.
There's your offensive starters. Let's meet Todd Middleton's starting defense.
Mike Grace, defensive end, Washington State University.
Jamar Sear, nose tackle, Highland Community College.
Jared Bilbray, Northern Arizona University, defensive end.
Walner Nutt Leandre, linebacker from the University of Arkansas, Razorbacks.
Cashman Thomas, defensive back, West Texas A&M University. Dejon Love, hybrid corner, Upper Iowa University.
Mark Sterling, free safety, CSU Pueblo.
Paul Robinson, cornerback, Pittsburgh State University.
That defense for Dodge City allowing 37 points per game. Let's go to meet the Wichita Wild starting offense. On the offensive line, Darren Marquez, 6'5", 220-pounder from Southern Illinois. He signed as an undrafted free agent with the Indianapolis Colts back in 2008. Brett Kavanaugh is the starting center, 6'3", 325-pounder from Central Missouri. Michael Wormley, the starter at left guard, 6'8", 300 pounds from Southern Baptist. Wide receivers, Joe Cassinavoid, 6'6", from Kansas State, 220 pounds, 23 catches, 287 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Rashad Daniels, the other receiver, 6 foot, 190-pounder from Murray State, 11 catches, 181 yards, and 3 touchdowns. A native of Kissimmee, Florida, about 20 miles south of Orlando. And Jarrell Kelly is 6 foot, 180-pounder from Brevard College, 23 catches, 287 yards. Tywan Hubbard, the Kansas City, Missouri product, 118 carries for 487 yards and 8 touchdowns, is the starting tailback. And Rocky Hines, who started under Pete Carroll at USC, transferred to UNLV, 6'5", 240 pounds, is the starting quarterback. He was the league championship game MVP a year ago. Defensively for Wichita, Matt Moss, Brandon Jenkins, and James McCartney along that front line. Matt Moss is back after a quick stint in Vikings camp. Jason Catchings, who played at ECU in Ada, Oklahoma, is the starting linebacker, 6'3", 235 pounds. Secondary, they are very good. Kendrick Harper at one corner, played at the University of Kansas. Justin Finnessy and TJ Shine will share time at the other corner. Chris Hemphill played on a national championship team under Troy Morrill. At Butler is the free safety, and Kyrie Daniels is the starting strong safety from Northern Illinois. He played with Jordan Lynch, who broke all kinds of records as the starting quarterback with Northern Illinois. That's your starting offense and defensive starters as the captains to midfield. And tonight's coin toss brought to you by Western State Bank. Dodge City is the captains. First of all, shaking hands with some of the military personnel on the field. It is Military Appreciation Night, of course, Memorial Day weekend, and a very special thing they have going on here tonight at the United Wireless Arena.
Very cool what they had out front. Also, Mike, was some of the Humvees. Also, you saw fire trucks, vehicles out there, too, Hummers that were sitting out there. I mean, that was very, very cool what they've got going on here. Then had guys rappelling out of the rafters, if you will, 4 different guys doing their own different styles. Just really pretty cool. I like the Superman style that came down there, just basically flat out, just came down, got 3 feet from the field and then pulled up, came to a stop, something I wouldn't be able to do because I'd have to repel an inch, put a ladder down. Please send a ladder up there for us. But, man, Mike, atmosphere is big. What a great thing here tonight.
Yeah, and it's pretty packed. They're still filing in as we get set. We'll send it down to the field now for the coin toss. So Dodge City wins the toss. They will receive, and with that, let's get to the keys to tonight's game.
Mike, I think it's very important. Alex Fambro is gone, and I tell you, he was a big factor. I'm going special teams as number 1, bringing another guy that's been here already once for one game, but Jared Wood will come in here. This will be a big game for Jared right here, too. Got to put the ball in the end zone, make him bring it out of the end zone. Don't give him any 25-yard starts. Also, special teams, we've got to cover the kickoffs very well. And on top of that, what about Carson maybe returning one this time without any kind of penalties whatsoever, which has had 3 of them in the last 3 ball games, which has all been brought back. I think number 2 is the DC run game. We've got 3 guys back there between Floyd, Carson, and also Cody that ought to be able to go behind our big offensive line. They're very good about getting downfield blocks and reading those downfield blocks. Very good, very, very big time. I think number 3, contain Hubbard. Hubbard's a very strong runner, likes to break it to the outside once he gets through the middle, but also don't be surprised if they set him out by him lonesome, toss him the ball, see if he can break something.
Wichita wearing the white shirts, black pants, the orange trim, the orange numerals, black helmet with the orange and white stripe, and the orange W. Dodge in the home gray and black pants, gray shirts with the yellow trim and the gray helmets. Wichita won 2 months ago, 40-7 on their home turf. We are underway, and a no-brain kick, angling towards the far sideline. At the goal line, it's Carson. Makes one-man miss up the sideline with a flag down. Midfield, cutting it back to the left, 15-10, 5 and a touchdown. Does it stand the flag line right at midfield?
Boy, that was from the get-go. And we have sitting there talking about this also, is that that's one thing that cannot happen here. Nice move there because he kicked the ball off over to the corner. Great kick there. Kind of took our blocking scheme out from under us, but all of a sudden he freezes everybody. You say great speed to blow right by him. But again, I'm going to say now this is our 4th game in a row that we've had a kickoff return because of penalty. It just taken away, deleted.
Put it this way, even without the penalty, they don't catch Dominique Carson. I know that's easy to say, as the ball now will be spotted at the 15-yard line.
Tim Bowler is telling me that it's because there's a good block taking him down, pancaking, but then staying on top of him, which you can do in a ball game. He's not holding him, putting on a wrestling move on him, but you can actually sit there and set on a guy without holding, let's put it that way, keeping him down on the field.
1st and 10 Dodge at their own 15, moving from right to left with 3 receivers to the near side left. Lloyd takes the shotgun snap, sets up the bubble screen. Mo Young makes the catch, is corralled quickly right at the line of scrimmage. Not much running room. It was Jason Catchings and Chris Hemphill that combined on the stop. Maybe a half-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and a long 9.
Just a note to Mo Young. Take what they give you. They gave you 3 to 4 yards if you run it straight. Instead, he tried to wait for the block and then goes over there. But by that time, you've got the defense of the white shirts that are rallying right to you. Not much of a gain whatsoever. He takes the ball immediately, Mike. He gets 3 or 4 yards easily.
2nd down and 9 just across their own 15. Opening possession for Dodge City, moving right to left. 4 receivers, 2 either way. Floyd out of the shotgun, 2 in high motion. Takes a chest-high shotgun snap. The pocket collapses. Now he'll step up and run. 15-20. Makes one-man miss and is shoved to the turf near the 24-yard line. He collides there. Once again, it was Chris Hemphill, played on a national championship team at Butler. It's a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Nice run that time. Floyd did a very good job that time. Catchings comes right up the middle, which they don't like the blitz very much, but maybe they're going to change up their package. He comes right up the middle. He fakes to the inside, catches right there, goes right to the outside, gets a nice gain.
Dodge this year, 34 of 80, 42% on 3rd down. 3rd and 1 at their own 24 on the near hash, moving from right to left. Floyd pointing out the linebacker Catchings, who does not come on a blitz. Toss sweep right. It's Carson, has the 1st down and a whole lot more. Down to the Wichita 20-yard line. Jason Catchings finishes them off from behind. After a gain of 5, move the chains, 1st and 10.
Well, this team is completely different. We do have a lot of the same players, but also with the different quarterback, but completely different, maybe style, maybe confidence, maybe that little bit of swag, too, as they came into this ball game than we were at Wichita.
Wichita is number 1 against the run. They have allowed 6 rushing touchdowns. That's number 1 in the league. 1st and 10 Dodge at their own 20, moving from right to left. Young will come to the near side left with Dominique Carson, 2 receivers right. Floyd out of the shotgun, sends 3 in high motion, takes the shotgun snap, looks to the left, fires over the middle, almost intercepted. He was looking for Mo Young. Kiari Daniels at the inside position at the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Dodge City at the Wichita 20.
Young came down to the 10-yard line, basically 10 and in, and then came to a complete stop. I think Floyd was looking for him to continue across the middle. Honestly, very lucky that Daniels did not catch Floyd's pass right there. If he moved over just a little bit, basically playing center field right there. But I like the play by Ponder. Thing is, we got to get Vincent in this ball game. We got two great receivers in Vincent and Young. Let's get Vincent in here also.
Fifth play of this drive, 2nd and 10, Dodge at their own 20. Just underway. Under 12 to play first quarter. Boy takes the shotgun snap, quarterback draw, breaks the tackle of Catchings up the middle, bouncing to the right. And he's spilled at the Dodge at the Wichita 15-yard line. Chris Hemphill and Kendrick Harper, who had a quick stint in the Arena Football League with the Philadelphia Soul, down to the 15, gain of 5. It's 3rd and 5.
Well, I tell you what, I'm impressed right now what Floyd's able to do, because that's the second time he's been able to out-shoot Catchings. Catchings throws an arm out there. That's what you like about Floyd. You and I have seen him. This guy is very well built, able to break the tackle and get to the outside. Nice run that time.
They've already converted on 1 third down on this drive. 3rd and 5 Dodge on the far hash mark at the Wichita 15-yard line. 2 receivers left. Carson and Benson to the left. Young will go right. Now Kendrick Ings lines up to the left. 3 in high motion. Takes a low shotgun snap. 3-man rush. Throws it to the right. It's caught by Young for a first down. Inside the 10 to the 9. Working on Kendrick Harper. It's a gain of 6. Harper had 2 interceptions the last time these two teams played. 1st and goal, Dodge City.
Boy, what a bullet right there. Great catch by Vincent. You could see Harper. He got in between. Do I jump the route or do I not? At the very last minute, he tried to jump the route. All by that time, that ball was already passed him. Very fortunate that Vincent fell down up against the out of bounds. If not, he scores. 1st and goal at the 9. Dodge, one of the top-ranked teams as far as red zone production. They have it on the far side hash. Benson wide right, 2 receivers left. 2 in high motion left. Toss sweep left. It comes to Carson. Corralled in the backfield. Great defensive play by Kiari Daniels, who swings his right leg in celebration, and he drops Carson behind the line, a loss of 2. That was a great play by Daniels as he came up on the play. Carson tried to break him down. Daniels, a smart player, knowing that if you're going to be back there dancing, I'm going to come right to you because you're not getting anything positive. Just a great job taking space away from Carson. Only a loss of a yard, so some generous forward progress. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. This will be the 8th play of this drive. The opening drive with 9:40 to play here in the first quarter. On the near hash, 2nd and goal from the 10. 4 receivers, 2 either way. 3 in high motion. Boy takes the shotgun snap. 4-man rush. Rolling to the right. Under pressure and sacked at the 20. Jason Catchings is the one that got his hands on him. And finishing him off was Matt Moss, his 8th sack of the year. It's a loss of 10. It's 3rd and goal. And very simple on that play. Basically 3 against 4 as they came right up the middle, chased him out, was able to catch him. What he was looking for was Young down here in the corner. He was ready to throw the ball. Young wasn't ready to go. He kind of came down, did a little hitch, and then headed on into the end zone. By that time, the pressure was on Floyd. Wichita, as a team, it's their 23rd sack. That ties Sioux City for the league lead. 3rd and goal now. Dodge at the Wichita 20 on the right hash. 3 receivers left. Carson to the right of Floyd out of the shotgun. 2 in high motion left. Takes a low shotgun snap. 3-step drop. Steps up in the pocket. Rolls to the left. Ball fake. Takes off and runs at the 15. And Jason Catchings body slams in there after a 5-yard gain. Well shy of the end zone. It'll be 4th and goal from there. Mike, I'm going to say this. We don't have a whole lot of time to throw the football, but we're running long routes. We ran all 3 receivers down into the end zone. It's okay to pull one up a little bit short, and then he's got the option if you want to throw to him, or then you can go, or maybe you can pick up a block down there. But right now, I think we looked maybe a little bit too deep that time on that play. Jared Wood will come on. He replaces Alex Fambro, who's now kicking for the Portland Thunder in the Arena Football League. This will be a 31-yard field goal on the near hash mark. Big kick right now. Play clock down to 10. Game clock just under 8 to play first quarter. The opening drive. Snap is back. The placement is good. Woods kick on the way. End over end. Then he pushed it to the right. No good. And Wichita will take over 1st and 10 at their own 5. So a long drive results in nothing. But very lucky that Jenkins didn't block that. I think that's what Wood was looking at, too. He had Jenkins right in his face. Was able to kick it off to the side, and then Wood went down right after the kick by Jenkins. That's what Sean Ponder's talking about. Why wouldn't you protect your kicker on something like that? The officials, though, but officials deemed it not to be that serious. Take a quick break. 7:46 to play first quarter. No score. Wichita ball when we come back at their own 5 on Z98.
Superior Fence, a Dodge City, Kansas fencing contractor, has been in business since 1979, specializing in commercial and industrial fencing throughout western Kansas. Superior Fence also offers residential fences in and around Dodge City. From the basic chain link fence to the most modern ornamental aluminum fences, they offer the industry's premium product. And be sure to ask them about concrete walls, solid and railing fencing made of concrete. Call Superior Fence in Western Kansas today for a quality fence designed to fit your needs. Or check out their website at superiorfencekansas.com.
KC's Cowtown Club, best food in the West. When your hungry lunch is ready, better come and get it. We got something cooking just for you. Better hooping on over for a down-home dinner. Stopping at the poorhouse for a brew. KC's Cowtown Club, best food in the West.
A 10-play opening drive for Dodge City yields nada. And with 7:46 to play in the first quarter, a 31-yard missed field goal by Jared Wood. And Wichita, starting at their own 5, moving from left to right, has the ball. But you have a 10-play drive against the defending league champs, Ross. You got to put points on the board.
And the thing is that you like, you know what, if you're going to control the clock, you got a good chance of winning this against Wichita. Problem is, one thing I didn't like about that maybe was the play call that we got down in here, that we started with a couple passes, really put ourselves in a hole when we've got this big offensive line that we're able to run by. And, you know, like I said, if you're going to throw, I like short passes. Give me 5 or 6 yards. I'll take it every single time, Mike, on first down.
That big sack on 2nd and goal from the 10 by Moss and catches. Dodge City could never recover. 1st and 10, Wild at their own 5. Rocky Hines at quarterback out of the shotgun. Hubbard to his left. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. Play action. Hines looks on a crossing pattern, and it's caught by Jarrell Kelly in space, and he's up the left sideline all the way to midfield before finally being stopped. Deshaun Love and Walner Leandre combined on the stop, catch and run of 20 yards and a first down.
Did a very good job. Offensive line did a great job that time blocking. You're looking for maybe a run right off the bat with Hubbard. Little play action, then Hubbard goes up, makes that block, then goes to the outside. Freezes the linebacker right there. Just a good pass play.
1st and 10 from midfield. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Hand off to Hubbard, running left, gets a block, spins back to the right, and is spun down right at midfield. Deshaun Love coming up from his safety spot. Jared Gilbray is the one that pushed him back to the inside. They'll give him maybe a half a yard. It'll be 2nd down and a long 9.
Now you get a chance to answer right back and show them what you're able to do. Thing is, though, I like what we were able to do that time. Able to keep Hubbard contained. Got to continue to do that throughout the ball game.
Hubbard played at Blue Valley High School. He's a Kansas City product. Played on 2 national title teams with Troy Morrill. 2nd and 9 at the Dodge City 24. 3 receivers right. Hines out of the pistol. Back to throw. Throws a duck to the near side. Might have been deflected. Incomplete. Getting a hand up. It looked like Michael Grace. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Wichita at the Dodge City 24. Jamar Seard was there as well.
And you got to watch this matchup here in the ball game. It was Castavoid versus Love. That time a huge height advantage for Castavoid. See if they try to take advantage of that later on in this ball game.
Wichita converting 39% on 3rd down. 3rd and 9 at the Dodge City 24 in the left hash. Rashad Daniels to the near side right. 2 receivers left, including Castavoid, who goes in high motion. Hines takes the shotgun snap, throws it over the middle. Wide open is Kelly at the 20. Dives forward inside the 16, where Mark Sterling drops him at the 14. It's a gain of 8, maybe to the 13. He's right near the sticks, and they will give him the first down.
Wow, that was easy. Kelly comes down, just stops, then goes right across. Everything is cleared out as our posse is backing up to cover the deep pass. He's left wide open in space. Nice pass.
Gain of 11, 1st and 10. Wichita on the move left to right at the Dodge City 13. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Inside trap handoff. Hubbard carries a man running off left guard to the 9-yard line. Marquise George and Walner Leandre bring him down after a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Well, the defensive line, we've got to come out a little bit stronger right now. Looks like that we're being defeated by the Wild offensive line.
This will be the 6th play of this drive. Dodge on their opening drive went 10 plays. It stalled out. They missed a 31-yard field goal. Wichita now 2nd and 6 at the Dodge 9 with 3 receivers right. Hines out of the pistol. Hubbard behind him. Toss sweep right. Hubbard gets a block. He's inside the 5. They push him back near the 5. And he'll spot his knee down right around the 6-yard line. Walner Leandre there to corral him. After a gain of 3, it'll be 3rd down and 3. 5.5.
Play that by Leandre. You got to think that Martinez may be in two-down territory. I don't know if he'd be happy with just 3 points.
They marked him down at the 5, so it's a gain of 4, 3rd and 2. Wichita's already converted 1 third down on this drive. 3rd and 2 in the near hash, moving left to right at the 5. Under 5 to play first quarter. Hines under center with 3 receivers. Handoff to Hubbard. He won't get there. Running left, and he's shut down. Jamar Seard grabs him around the kneecaps and pushes him down. No gain. It's 4th and 2.
Beautiful. I love that play right there. Great penetration that time. Makes a big difference. But here we go. They stopped this on our defense. Looks like he's calling in somebody. They may go ahead and kick this. They're right point-blank range, and they are.
Ernesto Lacayo is 15 of 32, just under 50%. And it's just outside of an extra point for Lacayo. This year is 2 for 2.
They got to hurry.
And the play clock is already down to 5. They might have to burn a timeout. Down to 3. This will be from 20 yards out, right between the hash marks. The placement is good, and so is the kick, just as that play clock expired. So Wichita takes advantage, something that Dodge City could not do, but we do have a flag down at the 5-yard line.
And, Mike, I don't know how they got the play off. I didn't think they were completely set yet, in my opinion.
An illegal defense on Dodge City, which will give Wichita a first down. Half the distance, which will put the ball at the 2. Wow. Not only did they barely get it off, and maybe they weren't set, but Dodge City caught an illegal defense. So 1st and goal, Wichita at the 2-yard line between the hash marks, moving from left to right, so the drive continues. This will be the 8th play of this drive that started at their own 5. Cassenavoid and Daniels to the left.
Hubbard very strong down here.
Terrell Kelly to the right. Hines takes the shotgun snap on a slant, looking for Cassenavoid, incomplete in the end zone. Right in the middle portion of that black painted end zone. Walter Leandre is the one that was in coverage. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Wichita at the Dodge City 2. 2.5 to play here in the opening quarter.
Mike, it'd be nice if we get an explanation of what their legal defense was. At the very last moment, they changed, brought the kicking team out. And I think we just stayed in the same position. So maybe both of our linebackers were up at the line of scrimmage on that, and maybe that's what the call was.
2nd and goal at the 2. Under 2.5 to play opening quarter. 3 receivers right. Hines out of the gun. Hubbard to his right. Takes the shotgun snap. They fake the toss sweep. Throws to the back of the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Cassenavoid. Paul Robinson wants a pass interference to no avail. The throw is high. But when you're 6'6", it's pretty easy to jump up and make the catch. And that's what Cassenavoid does. A 2-yard touchdown strike. Hines to the Kansas State product. And it's 6-0 Wichita.
And Mike, it almost looked like that we were in a zone down there, but I can't believe that because Cassenavoid was back there all by himself. Robinson was just late getting over there. I don't think that was Robinson's man.
Lacayo on for the extra point to make this a 7-0 game. Snap back, the placement is good, and the kick is right down the middle. 2:19 to play first quarter. The defending league champion Wichita Wild 7, Dodge City nothing on Z98.
Clark Pharmacy has been your headquarters for pharmacy and home decor, and that won't change with the new owners, Matt and Kimberly Monaco. In fact, they only want to add more luxury and convenience to the already great service, products, and friendliness. Kimberly's now working on a fun boutique in the back of the gift site that you'll need to keep checking out as it comes to life. It'll give you, the customer, a beautiful new boutique to shop in your backyard. From prescriptions, home decor, apparel, and accessories to a soda break at the fountain. Stop in and see the new card line and other additions you will love. Clark Pharmacy, Cimarron, Kansas.
9 plays, 45 yards in 5 minutes and 27 seconds. And it's Rocky Hines to Joe Cassenavoid. A touchdown pass, the 31st of the year for Rocky Hines. Only 4 interceptions. And with 2:19 to play first quarter, 7-0 Wild in front alongside Ross Miller, Mike Phillips. Dodge had their chance, a 10-play opening drive that stalled out. They missed a field goal. Looked like they were going to stop Wichita, possibly hold them to a field goal. They get an illegal defense on a 4th down field goal attempt. They get a first down. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone.
And think about this, how 2 penalties hurt us on that drive. The opening kickoff was returned, got a penalty, and returned it back, put us in, and then we drove it right down the field, put it right in their face, and then they were able to get that big sack, made a big difference. And then down here, we hold them to the field goal, but check everything. Another flag comes out of legal defense, lines them up at the 2-yard line. Pretty tough to hold a team out of there at the 2-yard line.
Rocky Hines, 3 of 5, 33 yards on an opening drive. Terrell Kelly had 2 catches for 31. And Joe Casadevore had the 1 catch, the 2-yard touchdown reception. So let's see how Dodge responds. This is the question that we again asked Josh Floyd during the coaches show. Going to get slapped, hit in the mouth. Wichita again jumped all over Dodge early on in the last meeting. A couple of interceptions thrown by Dennis Havrilla, and Dodge never responded. Carson is 5 yards deep, awaiting the kickoff from Ernest Lacayo.
I just can't get over the penalties that we have had on kickoff return, especially for those who return for a touchdown.
Lacayo boots it away. End over end kick. Carson about 7 yards deep. Will take it up the far side numbers. Cuts it back to the 5. Back to the right to the 10. Breaks a tackle across the 10 out near the 13-yard line. Special teams tackle made by Dan Cox, the backup free safety.
Boy, Mike, not too many people get an open shot at Carson. He is so quick. Looked like as he was breaking out to the outside that time. He came to a stop. Cassavoy looked like he was going to put the hammer to him. Sidesteps Cassavoy. But also while you're coming to a complete stop, you got people coming in at you. Made a nice little move there to get some positive yardage.
1st and 10 Dodge moving from right to left. 2:07 to play first quarter. 7-0 Wild. Floyd out of the shotgun. To his left is Carson. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Handoff. Carson starts right, back up the middle, and is slung down as he gets across the 15. Chased from behind by James McCartney. He's playing in his 2nd season here in Wichita. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
I'll take it every single time. You're going to give me 4 yards, we'll score a touchdown on that drive.
McCartney, who played at Bethel. He's from Heston, Kansas. 22 stops coming in. 2nd and 6 Dodge at their own 17-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Floyd lifts his right leg, takes the shotgun snap. Option read, trying to juke out Jason Catchings to the right. Cannot. Catchings wraps him up. Floyd did gain a couple. Catchings rips the ball out, but Floyd was already down. It'll gain 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 Dodge City at their own 19.
And that's what Catchings is able to use, that speed that we talked about. Coach Martinez talks about he's not a true middle linebacker. On the outside game, he beats the outside because of his great speed. That time he's able, as Floyd's trying to break him down, he's able to break down with Floyd, then uses that great speed in space because obviously we're only 14 yards wide here, 28 yards wide, half of 14, half of that is 7, so Catching was all over him.
3rd and 4 Dodge at their own 19. Under a minute to play first quarter, 7-0 Wichita. Twins left, single receiver right. Floyd takes the shotgun snap, fumbles the football. It's loose on the ground as Wichita have it. As he was going to throw it, the ball spurts out as they uncover the bodies at the 10-yard line. It looks like Dodge got it back. And a huge break. And coming out of the pile is Matt Randall.
Wow, we were getting ready to just toss for a 1st down, too. Sitting right there with Young as he was coming down, going to do a little hitch. Pull up, there to go throw his ball. And as he's getting ready to throw, well, he's pinching the ball just a little bit. And the ball just popped out. No one touched it whatsoever.
That might be the final play of the first quarter. Floyd had all kinds of time, but he rushed the throw, as you were talking about. And as he was getting ready to cock his arm, the ball just squirts out. There is no tuck rule, apparently. So, first quarter comes to an end. It'll be 4th and 13 Dodge at their own 10 when we come back. 1 quarter in the books, 7-0 Wichita on Z98.
You know, when it comes to professional pool care, there really is a difference. As your local BioGuard dealer and pool care pro, we are always prepared. Here's how. A wealth of pool care knowledge? Check. A wide range of proven BioGuard products in stock? Check. Computerized water testing? Check. An economical plan tailored to your pool's specific needs? Check. Isn't it nice to know we'll always be there, ready to address and anticipate your every need? Come visit Austin Pools in Garden City or Dodge City today, and come see for yourself why there's nothing like dealing with a true pool care pro.
When it comes to expenses in today's world, why pay new when used will do? That's where Maupin's Truck Parts Incorporated comes in, offering quality used parts. Save up to 30% off new pricing. Save on Peterbilt, Kenworth, International, Ford, Sterling, and Western Star parts. More money in your pocket. Maupin's Truck Parts Incorporated, Dodge City. 1-800-950-4155.
Quality parts and service, affordable prices. Maupin's Truck Parts, they keep me on the road.
Have you been concerned about yours or maybe someone else's hearing? Well, get it checked out. contact Miracle Ear in Dodge City or Garden City. You can find out more about Miracle Ear's free hearing evaluations and more about their special financing available. Don't wonder anymore if your hearing is what it should be. Contact Miracle Ear, a proud sponsor of the Dodge City Law, today. Miracle Ear is located in Dodge City at 1701 North 14th Avenue and in Garden City at 302 Fleming, Suite 3.
We played one quarter for the United Wireless Arena alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Wichita 7, Dodge City nothing. Quickly looking at the first quarter numbers. Dodge City with 2 first downs, Wichita with 3. Total yards lost 17, Wild 42. Through the air, Dodge City 7 yards, Wichita 33. Hines was 3 of 5 on that opening drive. Dodge City 10 rushing yards, Wichita 9 on the 1 fumble by Dodge City. So Jared Wood on for a field goal attempt of 55 yards. Out of the hold of Mo Young.
Got to watch Jenkins.
Snap back, ball down, placement is good. The kick on the way. Angling towards the far side upright, well short. Fielded a yard deep in the end zone by Kendrick Harper, who runs up the middle, bounces it towards the numbers, and Harper returns it to the 13-yard line.
And Mike, you know what you've got to like as an offensive lineman? You get a chance to go down and cover a play like that and get to throw a lick in there, too. You had McManus that was down there also on the play. Randall Jackson covering the spot, turning him into the inside, then got to finish off the play.
I said the 13, they're out across the 15. They'll start near the 18. Wichita leading 7-0, now moving from right to left. And this offense, which again, the numbers, they just don't jump out at you. They're the 3rd-ranked scoring offense, but they're 8th in total offense, 8th in passing offense, and they're 7th in the league in passing touchdowns. Yet they're the defending league champs, and they're as efficient as it gets. 1st and 10 Wichita between the hash marks at their own 18-yard line. Hines will go under center. 4 receivers to the right, 3 in high motion. Hines straight back to pass. 5-step drop, looks to the left, wide open. Pass is caught at the 20 by Hubbard. Slammed into the near side boards by Ja'Cory Quarterman at the Dodge City 20-yard line. The catch and run goes for 12 yards and a first down.
Hubbard lines up as a receiver, comes right down the Quarterman, then pops to the outside. Quarterman leaves him wide open. Hines did a great job with not putting pressure on him. He's able to look the field open, then comes right back to Hubbard, wide open out there.
Hines making it look rather easy. 4 of 6 now, 45 yards. 1st and 10 Wichita on the near hash will be right to left at the Dodge City 20. 2 receivers go right. Cassidy Boyd wide right. Single receiver left. 2 in high motion. Hines takes the shotgun snap, pumps, slings one underhand, a sidearm, over the middle at the 15-yard line, and it's knocked away by Cashman Thomas, intended for Joe Cassidy Boyd. 2nd and 10 Wichita at the Dodge City 20.
Mike, I don't like how Hines is so comfortable sitting in that backfield right now. We're not getting any pressure whatsoever. Nice play by Thomas, though. He's able to look over the field, and you can see us. I mean, watching his helmet. He's looking right down in our corner. Then you can see his helmet just scan across. There's Cassidy Boyd. Tried the old sidearm, Quisenberry throw, if you will. Nice play by Thomas.
2nd and 10 Wichita at the Dodge City 20. 2 receivers right, slot right with Cassidy Boyd. Hines takes the snap, hands it off to Hubbard, stumbles to the left and maybe got a yard. Jamar Sear grabs him around the kneecaps, and they might have lost a yard. They're marking him at the 21, so lose a yard. It's 3rd and 11.
Great job that time, the defensive line, and Sear, all he did was able to beat the center, and what he does is be able to get up that middle, and we talk about how valuable space is here for you to operate. That time Hubbard had no operation whatsoever. Nice job by Sear.
Wichita 1 of 4 on 3rd down, 3rd and 11 on the near hash at the Dodge City 21. Daniels goes wide right. Cassidy Boyd slot right. To the near side left is Jarrell Kelly. Hines takes a chest-high shotgun snap. Looks right over the middle into traffic, incomplete. Cassidy Boyd trying to one-hand it. Cashman Thomas was there. They had 2 receivers in the same area. It was Cassidy Boyd and Daniels. And it's incomplete, 4th and 11.
And very fortunate, had 2 receivers that were going to catch the football. Good thing they were together, because then they weren't able to come up with it. If there's a single man right there, he comes up with it.
7-0. Do we see a field goal drive? We will see Ernesto Lacayo on.
Let's make some noise and see this field goal goes flying.
This will be from 35 yards out on the far hash mark. Lacayo, 15 of 32. Hines will hold. Snap back. Placement is good. The kick on the way was partially blocked. Fielded a few yards deep by Cashman Thomas. Following Paul Robinson up the sideline. There he goes, 15, 20, and he's into Wichita territory all the way down to the wild 17-yard line before he's taken down by Michael Wormley.
Boy, nice job. We got great penetration. Trying to see the replay here. Who got a piece of it? But a good job by Cashman Thomas. I think really the Wilds that they're kind of held up just a little bit, looking for the football. Didn't realize the thing had been blocked by that time. Thomas is able to get it, but we get great penetration up to the side. Oh, nice fighting. That time it came over from our left side. Still don't know who the player was. Looks like that he did get held on the play, but able to get an arm up as we fought through there and get that left hand up to get that partial block.
Huge stop. So Dodge City down 7-0 with 11:32 to play in this first half. Take over after the return by Cashman Thomas at the Wichita 17. 3 receivers. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Statue of Liberty play. Rolls left. Has Carson out in front. Carson lays a block down. And Floyd turns something out of nothing as he's wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Might have pushed forward for half yard. Jason Catchings is the one that brought him down. But that play looked like a Statue of Liberty. But Floyd, I don't think ever, at least Carson never heard Floyd actually snap the ball. Second down and long.
And I don't think Carson was ready to go. He just went over and talked to Sean Ponder. And really when the ball was snapped, Carson was still sitting there not too sure which way to go. Very fortunate just not to have that thing go down for a sack, if you will, or loss of yards.
2nd and 10, Dodge at the Wichita 17. After a 33-yard return on the missed field goal by Cashman Thomas. 2 receivers right. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Well protected. Throws over the middle. It's intercepted by Harper. There he goes. 10, 15, 20. In space, 25, 15, 10. At the 5, and he's in. Touchdown. Kendrick Harper, a pick 6. And now a flag comes out. Harper had 2 interceptions the last time and a 45-yard return to the house. And it's 13-0 Wichita.
One of the best in the league right now. That's 9 out of 11 ball games that this team is able to return one for a touchdown and a score if it stands up. Thing is, just a bad throw that time by Floyd. Floyd had a little guy, has somebody on him. Thing is, our receiver, in my opinion, has got to fight harder for that football. Came to a stop. They were able to just basically jump the route, get in front of him, and return it and bring it to the house.
Kendrick Harper has played in 6 games now this year. He has an interception in every single game. And a pick 6 makes it 13-0. Lacayo on for the extra point. Dodge City, a huge chance to tie this game, and they let it go by the wayside. Hines will hold. Snap is back. Placement is good. The kick on the way right down the middle. And a flag comes out. And a lot of yellow hankies. We saw a flag after the play, which was called on the defense as well, which will happen.
Number 66, offense, 10-yard penalty. And it's on the try. By rule, the try will get to the 12-yard line.
So by rule, because there was a holding penalty, it'll back it up to the 12 for an extra point.
You know, Mike, I just say this. I hate being critical because I'm not down there playing, but when the ball's in the air, you've got to fight for it. And like I said, I understand that you've been so used to balls just coming right to you, but you got to step forward. That time, Kendrick was just able to step right in front of the receiver, take it.
Kendrick Harper has played like the best corner in this league. Snap is back. Placement is good. The kick on the way, which amounts to a 28-yard field goal, is good. And 16 to play, second quarter. 14-0 Wild on Z98.
This is Mike at the Water's True Value. The sounds of spring aren't always gentle. Bring power back to your lawn care with Steel Outdoor Power, including chainsaws, grass trimmers, and gas-powered blowers from Water's True Value. If you take pride in your lawn, you know that only the best will do, and nothing beats Steel Outdoor Power equipment. Steel is designed for reliability and built for the long haul. Stop in today and give some of our equipment a test drive at Water's True Value, your Steel dealer in Dodge City.
10-16 to play in the first half. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph, Kendrick Harper, a 45-yard pick 6 on a pass over the middle intended for Mo Young. forced into coverage, and Harper returns it for a touchdown. Extra point good with 10:16 to play in the half. 14-0 Wichita.
Boy, I tell you, Mike, it's mistakes that sit there and come out and kill you. And we've been playing mistake-free football. We've done a very, very good job the last 4 when we've made this run. We've gotten better and better as time went on. But right now, we're stumbling a little bit. Lack of concentration could be.
Carson back deep to receive the Lacayo kick. Carson returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, but for the 6th time this year was called back because of a holding penalty. Lacayo boots it away, end over end. 3 yards deep. Carson up the far side, numbers 5. Cuts it back to the right 10. Dancing out of a tackle. There he goes, 15. A block at the 20. Carson up the numbers 25. And he's into Wichita territory and a horse collar to boot. Ernest Lacayo bringing down Carson at the 15-yard line, but you can add half the distance. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Great job of downfield blocking by the law. Able to spring Carson. Carson does a great job of reading those downfield blocks, too. Rashad Daniels kind of coming up behind him all the way. Carson falling for about 20 yards, thinking that he was going to get a strip on Carson. That's what I was most worried about. Carson makes a great move, able to avoid Daniels even from behind. But then that's your kicker. Not really the greatest tacklers in the world, able to come up there and get that personal foul. We're going to call 2 of them here.
Yeah, the penalty, the half the distance was the first one, which was the horse collar. That puts it at the 7. And then the penalty after the touchdown run by Kendrick Harper. Wichita was called for an unsportsmanlike conduct, so they just put the ball inside the 5 at the 3. And a golden chance after a 35-yard kick return by Carson with his team down 14-0. 1st and goal Dodge on the left hash mark at the Wichita 3.
Cody in the ball game, you got to be thinking, let's just run.
Your receivers to the right. Floyd out of the pistol. Handoff Cody, sweeping right. And he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. The one getting his mitts on him from behind was Latavius Davis. Might have lost a half a yard. In fact, they lose 2 back to the 5. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 5.
Davis was in the backfield as we snapped the football. And you heard Floyd talk about between him and McManus, when he's ready to go, McManus just snaps the ball when he wants. Great job there that time by timing by Davis.
Benson left, Ings slot left. 2nd and goal near hash at the 5. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Handoff Cody running left. Cutting it back to the right, and he's in. Touchdown. James Cody from 5 yards out. And a chance to cut the lead in half with 9:09 to play in the half.
I love the answer. What we were able to do on that penalties also helped, but a great return, great downfield blocking on our kickoff return started that also. But then a great read on that second play that time. Offensive line, our Reno package or our buffet killer package. Able to follow the blocking and just make the cut when he wanted to, and then cut right up right before the defensive backfield backs was able to get to it. Nice carry that time by Cody.
Jared Wood, who was just signed for the 2nd time this week. Alex Fanbro was bumped up to the Arena Football League, now in Portland. Wood on for the extra point. Snap is not great, but nice job by Ings to put it down. Check out Young to put it down. And Wood boots it through right down the middle. He was missing on some extra points during pregame warmups. That one is right down the middle. 9:09 to play 1st half. Wild 14, Law 7 on Z98.
At Lemcooler Dental, they endeavor to advance the standard of care for their patients. They have added a new procedure to fight periodontal disease. 80% of adults are affected by bacteria causing periodontal disease. They recommend decontamination before your cleaning, which will reduce or eliminate bacteria and prevent cross-contamination. The laser decontamination process is painless and takes 5 to 10 minutes to ensure great results. Request an appointment on Facebook or lemcoolerdental.com. Don't forget about their new location at 105 Layton in Dodge City.
Dodge City, cattle town at birth. Cattle town today, a town that loves a great steak. Central Station Club and Grill embraces that tradition with the highest quality, most tender and mouth-watering mesquite grilled steaks in the area. Sirloins, filet mignon, Casey strips, and the tantalizing Central Station ribeye. A 12-ounce ribeye basted with the station's secret signature sauce and flame-kissed to perfection over ember-glowing aromatic mesquite wood. For the most unbelievable flavor you can find, there's nothing better at Central Station Club and Grill, 207 East Wyatt Earp Boulevard in Dodge City.
2 plays, 15 yards, all set up on the 35-yard kickoff return by Dominique Carson. 2 penalties assessed against Wichita, and then 2 plays later, It's James Cody into the end zone. His second rushing touchdown since being signed a few weeks back. Extra point good with 9:09 to play first half. Wichita 14, Dodge City 7. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Wichita, the problem for Dodge City right now, Ross, they respond because of Carson on special teams. They've not been able to stop Rocky Hines in the offense.
No, he's had a lot of time back there, so we've got to make that adjustment. Todd Middleton will get that posse. They'll get things together, and to make that adjustment, start putting some pressure on Rocky Hines. Not give him the choices that he wants, forcing him into choices that we want.
Junior Allen and Tywan Hubbard, two of the game's best, 7 yards deep in the end zone to receive the Jared Wood kick. Wichita 14, Dodge City 7. Wichita's touchdowns, a 45-yard pick six by Kendrick Harper, and a 2-yard touchdown pass from Rocky Hines to Joe Casadavoy. Dodge responding here early second quarter. James Cody, a 5-yard rushing touchdown. Ricky Burtz, the owner of the DC Law, firing up a very, very good crowd on Memorial Day weekend.
And you got to be happy with it, too, because there's a lot of people heading the lakes, taking that break, taking that vacation. Racing's going on here. Big racing event going on here at Dodge City also. But I'm very happy with how the crowd has responded here to the DC Law. This is a big game, Mike. We lose this game, there could be that possibility. We'll be the 4 seed. Guess where we get to go? It's either our choice between that big game next week between the Sioux City and Wichita Wild.
Wood will tee it up. They are using the red, white, and blue footballs because of Military Appreciation Night. And Wood gets away an end-over-end kick, angled towards the left sideline. Hubbard makes the catch, angling towards the wall. Gets a block up the middle. Flag comes out. Pitches across the 10 with the 13-yard line. Special teams tackle made by Kendrick Ings will check the hanky.
Great job, kickoff team. You were able to watch them. They run their lanes, coming down there. Vincent staying in his lanes. Hubbard tried to cut back against Vincent. Nothing there. Able to bring down the tackle. But this is going to be a block in the back.
Number 23, receiving team.
And it was called on TJ Shine, starting defensive back. 9:03 to play in the half. Wichita all 3 timeouts, leading 14-7. They have 55 yards of total offense. And Rocky Hines has been sharp. 4 of 8, 45 yards and a touchdown. The penalty backs Wichita up at their own 5. Wild coming in as the 5th most penalized team in the league. 1st and 10 Wild moving right to left at their own 5. Hines under center. Deep in a one-back set is Hubbard. Gets the carry, running off left guard and spun down across the 5 at the 6. Jamar Seard is the one that grabs him around the waist and tumbles him down after a gain of a yard.
Boy, great job that time. Able to pinch in or not give anything to Hubbard, and that's exactly what you want. Don't have Hubbard beat you in this ball game. Let somebody else, because I think that we contain Hubbard. We've got a good chance winning this football game.
Hubbard's rookie year in 2012 accumulated 2,325 all-purpose yards. 2nd and 9, Wichita at their own 6 on the near hash with 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Quick out caught by Casadavoy at the 10, up the numbers to the 11-yard line. Cashman Thomas takes the crown of his helmet, puts it right into the chest of Casadavoy. It's a gain of 5. It's 3rd and 4.
Casadavoy, a big receiver. And all he did was just basically just go sit there and find a space, turn around, and there's Hines able to throw the football. And we talked about this. If the defense is going to give you 5-6 yards, you got to take it. Nice job.
3rd and 4, Wichita at their own 11. They're just 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Twins left. Hines under center. Single setback. Hubbard gets the carry, running left. And he spins his way near the 15-yard line. His knee will touch down near the 14. Walter Leandre, who is 2nd in the lead in tackles. It's a gain of 3.5. He's maybe a half-yard shy.
We're going to go for it down here, too. That's how much that Paco Martinez believes in his offensive unit.
Hubbard now 7 carries for 12 yards. 4 and just under a yard. Wichita at their own 14. Casadavoy goes in a slot to the right. Hines is under center. Quarterback sneak is not going to get there. Hines will not get there. Plugging the hole for Dodge was Paul Robinson. And Dodge will take over inside the Wichita 15.
And there is no way, I don't care where they spot this football, there is no way they get a first down on this. Great job, defense. Nice job able to bunch that up.
They are on their feet. And Dodge will take over at the Wichita 14-yard line.
And Tom, Mike, I will say this. If they were going to give them the first down on a spot, I would have had to hold you back, dude, because I know how active you get. You would have repelled down on service night, you being a serviceman yourself, in more ways than one. But what a great job that time by defense. And you know what, you can't say enough down there. You want to gamble, because that's what Martinez did. Wasn't hold on to the football. But that gamble sometimes comes up craps, and it was nothing there for him. Snake eyes that time. Great job.
Wichita this year was 8 of 11 on fourth down conversions. As Dodge takes over, 1st and 10 at the Wichita 14-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Floyd takes the snap. Bubble screen. Caught by Vincent at the 12. Dives forward near the 10. Kendrick Harper brings him down around the waist after a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
And I love the play right there because you get the ball in Vincent's hands. You know he's a big dude over there. He's able to take on. Very seldom that you have one person able to take him down. But Vincent operating just nice little pass. Same song, same dance, if you will.
Floyd 3 of 5, 11 yards, and a costly interception that was returned for a touchdown. But he has his team a 2nd and 6 on the near hash, moving left to right at the Wichita 10. Kendrick Ings slot left, Benson wide left. Floyd takes the snap. Hand off Carson. Cancels, finds room to the right. And he's near the 5-yard line as he bounces it back towards the sideline. Kiari Daniels wraps him up there. Might be a half-yard shy of a first down.
Mike, I don't know if you saw the same thing I saw. Catchings comes right up the middle. Here's Carson, comes right up to him. And then all of a sudden, between McManus and Randall, the C parts, able to go to the right side there. Jump through, use that great speed, and got a great gain right there. We're in 2-down territory.
6:50 to play in the half. 14-7 Wichita, 3rd and 1. Dodge at the Wichita 5. 2 receivers left. Floyd out of the shotgun shifts Carson from his left hip to his right. Play clock at 8, takes the shotgun snap. Option read, gets a block from Carson, turns the corner as a first down. And he's taken down by Matt Moss, and then an extra body slam. There was no flag after that. The all-important thing is Floyd picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 3.
Could have been a lot worse than it was. It looks like that he was able to let up there before the body slam. He heard the whistles, went up and let up on him just a little bit. Sean Ponder wanted a little action right there because of his quarterback to understand the play.
Matt Moss from Texas A&M, originally signed with the Wild in 2011. Was called up to the CFL, didn't make it out of training camp with Edmonton, returned to the Wild in 2012, where he led the IFL with 15 sacks, was named the IFL Co-Defensive Player of the Year, the All-Defensive Team. 1st and goal just inside the 4. Dodge trailing by 7 with now 5:17 to play second quarter. They just reset the game clock.
Head coach Paco Martinez, Valley Center product. Who coached him? Mike Smith from Garden City.
Who's now our track coach.
And Mike Smith is now here in the area. In here at the arena, excuse me.
1st and goal at the 3. Ings in high motion left. Floyd takes the snap. Hand off to Carson. Breaks 1 tackle, but not another. Jason Catchings. And they fool everybody. It's Floyd on an option read. Catchings read the tailback, and Floyd keeps it himself, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
And if you sit there and watch Catchings got up and started running down the center right there, thinking that he just made a great play. But a great job that time. Nice little ball fake. Able to get the outside. Looked like the whole defensive line for the Wild. They got great penetration, but nothing was there. Nice job, Mike. Great answer this time by the Logs. Good offensive play set.
We'll say this, they fooled the play-by-play guy out because I was watching Carson, and he got ripped to the ground, and Floyd is in the end zone. Jared Wood on for the extra point, down to the hold of Mo Young to tie it. A snap that bounces back to Young, does a great job to put it down, and then Wood boots it through. 4:58 to play in the half. Wild 14, Law 14 on Z98.
Superior Fence, a Dodge City, Kansas fencing contractor, has been in business since 1979, specializing in commercial and industrial fencing throughout western Kansas. Superior Fence also offers residential fences in and around Dodge City. From the basic chain link fence to the most modern ornamental aluminum fences, they offer the industry's premium product. And be sure to ask them about concrete walls, solid and railing fencing made of concrete. Call Superior Fence in western Kansas today for a quality fence designed to fit your needs. Or check out their website at superiorfencekansas.com.
Wichita rolls the dice, goes forward on 4th and 1 at their own 15. Rocky Hines is stopped shy of a first down. Dodge takes advantage of that. 4 plays later, Josh Floyd runs it in from 3 yards out. Extra point good. And with 4:58 to play in the half, we are even up at 14 apiece.
What a beautiful play that time, too. Great call that time by Sean Ponder. And really, when you get to watch the replay, you had 5 white shirts of the defense all over Carson. Able to take the ball to the outside. Easy touchdown.
Wood will kick it away. Hubbard and Junior Allen a yard deep. 4:58 to play in the half. The last 14 points to Sean Ponder's bunch. Both these teams in the playoffs right now playing for seeding. And Wood kicks it away, end over end. It comes to Hubbard, 3 yards deep. Middle of the field. Bouncing to the right at the 5, and he's tripped up. Kendrick Ings with a huge special teams play at the 5. And then Hubbard dives out to the 10-yard line, but Ings stopped him basically dead in his tracks.
And, Mike, you know what that does with them? They put 2 guys back that time, and what they're trying to do is eliminate the high-hanging ball where a guy's got to go get under it and play center field. Now you've got 2 guys. The problem is that gives you 1 less guy to block guys coming down the field. Ings did a great job. That's his job. What we called him back in my day, the bullet man. He's going straight to the action. And that time he was able to get there and make a difference. Nice job there by Ings.
Tied at 14 with 4:48 to play first half. 1st and 10 Wichita between the hash marks at their own 9. Kelly wide to the left. Casson avoids slant left. A single receiver right. Hines back to throw. Looks under pressure off his back foot, and it's intercepted. Up the left sideline, Cashman Thomas. And he's bumped into the wall. Dodge will have it back at the Wichita 23. A duck as soon as it left the hand of Rocky Hines, and Cashman Thomas on the overthrow makes the pick, his 5th of the year.
But the thing is that we had defensive lineman number 90 back there all over Rocky Hines, had a hold of him. Basically, Hines was just trying to get rid of the football, couldn't even throw it out of bounds, and then we're able to pick it off. But that one right there, defensive line, George had that play covered, had Hines in his grasp. Bad call. Well, actually a bad play that time by Hines. Got maybe a little pressure under him. Should have tossed the ball out of bounds. Instead, he keeps it in play. Nice pickoff. Great return that time. I tell you what, Mike, I like what's going on right now. We started off, and you talked about this, about getting knocked out. Have to get back up when you do. And now it seems like DC Law has really responded well.
Cashman Thomas from Fresno, California, 27 years old. Didn't even start playing football really competitively until his 2nd year in high school. 1st and 10 at the Wichita 23 with 3 receivers. Lloyd back to pass. Lobs a fade. Far corner, and it's caught. Oh, Young. Touchdown. As he beat Kiari Daniels. 23 yards, and it's 20 unanswered for Dodge City.
What a great move. It starts with the offensive line. And, Mike, we talked about this. You make a big defensive play. Sometimes that's going to go over to a big offensive play. And that's exactly what Sean Ponder called that time. Basically just a little get and go down the sideline. And defensive player led up on Young as he continues straight down the sideline. Nice pass by Floyd, too. Just a rocket. Easy catch, thrilling catch play. And then we get the personal foul at the end of the play.
Which will be assessed on Wichita's next offensive play. It was all set up because of the pump fake by Josh Floyd. And he finds Mo Young, who strolls into the end zone, his 11th touchdown reception of the year. Jared Wood for the extra point, just over 4 minutes to play in the half. And Dodge has scored 20 unanswered. And he can make it 21. The extra point is good. 4:05 to play 2nd quarter. Dodge 21, Wichita 14 on Z98.
Clark Pharmacy has been your headquarters for pharmacy and home decor, and that won't change with the new owners, Matt and Kimberly Monacle. In fact, they only want to add more luxury and convenience to the already great service, products, and friendliness. Kimberly's now working on a fun boutique in the back of the gift site that you'll need to keep checking out as it comes to life. It'll give you, the customer, a beautiful new boutique to shop in your backyard. From prescriptions, home decor, apparel, and accessories to a soda break at the fountain. Stop in and see the new card line and other additions you will love. Clark Pharmacy, Cimarron, Kansas.
Wichita was up 14-0 at the 10-16 mark following Kendrick Harper's 45-yard pick six. But over the last 6 minutes, Dodge has scored 21 unanswered points, including a Josh Floyd to Mo Young 23-yard touchdown pass. The extra point is good. 21-14 Dodge. 4:05 to play in the half.
Nice route that time by Young, but also a pump fake there by Floyd. The offensive line gave him plenty of time. Just a nice pass, good catch.
And on their their feet. Wood will kick it away. Hubbard and Allen a yard deep. Wichita with all 3 timeouts remaining. This will go to Hubbard. Sails towards the back of the end zone and out. As Hubbard was drifting back right into the arms of one of the fans that was sitting behind the end zone. And with that, just the ball went out of play. It's 1st and 10, Wichita at the 25, but hand off the 12, basically half it back because of the unsportsmanlike conduct.
And exactly, that's what Sean Ponder does. You think of Fambro, when there's a play like that, you kick it, you just take it out of the hands of the return guys. But I'm going to say this, Mike, I did not like the personal foul call right there. I think Daniels has a chance to come over and make that contact. I don't think there was nothing malicious about Daniels coming over and make that contact with him. I don't agree with that personal foul call at the end of that play.
Yeah, because all he was trying to do is jar the ball loose, because remember, you got to get both feet down with possession, and Daniels had a chance to make a play. 1st and 10, Wichita at their own 12 after the penalty. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Trap handoff. Hubbard has room off right guard. He's out across the 20-yard line, scoots to the 21. Walner Leandre tracks him down after a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
I wonder if D was sitting there thinking about same thing I was thinking. I thought, boy, so far that we have just really gone on a scoring spree. They may be looking pass on 1st down, but instead they go with the run right there and got some great blocking on that. Hubbard gets 9 real quick, like I've said, you cannot give him that much time.
Hubbard 8 carries for 21. 2nd and 1, Wichita at their own 20-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Some early movement on the right side. Bilbray, who was working on Michael Wormley. Let's see if they get a false start. It's going to be an offsides. That'll give Wichita 1st down.
Yep, just tried to jump the snap right there. A lot of time left in the 2nd quarter.
That'll put the ball right to midfield. 3:17 to play 2nd quarter. 21-14 Dodge. Wichita has all 3 timeouts. To the near side left comes Daniels. Cassinavoid wide right. Terrell Kelly in a slot right. 1st and 10, Wichita at midfield. Hines takes the shotgun snap, looks to the left, and comes back a check down right. Hubbard makes the catch at the 20 and is slammed into the wall at the 18-yard line. Jared Bilbray tracking him down after a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
I was watching Jared that time. He made to the move to the outside, then came back inside. Hines just stepped up, had Hubbard to the outside. And when Jared actually could see that move to the outside, ball was already placed right there for the 1st down, though. But that's all they did was just a little I guess, pitch and catch, if you will.
Hines 6 and 11, 57 yards. 2nd and 3 at the Dodge 18. Under center this time with 2 receivers left. Handoff Hubbard, dancing right. This is going to be an offsides. It's going to be a 1st down carry for Hubbard to the 10-yard line. Cashman Thomas outside the right side numbers. It's a gain of 8, but I'll go ahead and decline this offsides penalty. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, now we have a fight on our hands now, Mike. This is very, very good. They're changing up their cadence just a little bit, but our ears are pinned back on that defensive line, and we're coming right now. That time Sear just got pulled off just a little bit. Hubbard made a nice little move to the outside. Thing is, though, got to continue to play this tough defense, get this posse together, strap them up, and let's go.
2:28 to play 1st half. 1st and goal, Wichita at the 10 on the far hash, moving right to left. Cassinavoid and Kelly to the left. Daniels wide right. Hines out of the gun. Hubbard to his right. Play clock at 12. 2 in high motion. Takes the shotgun snap. 4-man rush. Slings one left and it's incomplete. He had Kelly backpedaling at the goal line, but the throw was errant. Dejan Love and Paul Robinson were back in coverage. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 10.
Well, we did a great job covering that, too. The play was there, but I think that we had guys all over it. They come down and basically do a little bit of a delay screen, if you will, a crossing in front of our guys. And all of a sudden, Rocky Hines unloads a fastball. This time the fastball was just a little bit behind the receiver.
Terrell Kelly, who played college basketball at Indian River Community College in Fort Pierce, Florida. 2nd and goal from the 10. 4 receivers left, an empty set. Hines takes the belt tie shotgun snap. 3-man rush, throws one right over the head of Taiwan Hubbard at the 5-yard line. That one just slipped out of the hands of Rocky Hines. It'll be 3rd and goal when we come back, as that brings us to the 92nd timeout. 1:30 to play in the half. Dodge 21, Wichita 14 on Z98.
You know, when it comes to professional pool care, there really is a difference. As your local BioGuard dealer and pool care pro, we are always prepared. Here's how. A wealth of pool care knowledge? Check. A wide range of proven BioGuard products in stock? Check. Computerized water testing? Check. An economical plan tailored to your pool's specific needs? Check. Isn't it nice to know we'll always be there, ready to address and anticipate your every need? Come visit Austin Pools in Garden City or Dodge City today and come see for yourself why there's nothing like dealing with a true pool care pro.
Stop by Dairy Queen in Dodge City before each Law game to try their Blizzard of the Month and register for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the next home game of the Dodge City Law. The Dodge City Dairy Queen on Wyatt Earp, open 11 to 10, is a proud sponsor of the Dodge City Law in its inaugural season. The $5 lunch menu, the chance to win tickets to the Dodge City Law indoor football game, all await you at the Dodge City Dairy Queen.
Have you been concerned about yours or maybe someone else's hearing? Well, get it checked out. Contact Miracle Ear in Dodge City or Garden City. You can find out more about Miracle Ear's free hearing evaluations and more about their special financing available. Don't wonder anymore if your hearing is what it should be. Contact Miracle Ear, a proud sponsor of the Dodge City Law, today. Miracle Ear is located in Dodge City at 1701 North 14th Avenue and in Garden City at 302 Fleming, Suite 3.
We come back with 90 seconds to play in the half. Third and goal, Wichita at the Dodge 10. Hubbard split out to the left. Daniels slot left. Two receivers right. So four receivers on third and goal from the 10. Finds a hard snap count. Takes the shotgun snap. Three-man rush. A flag comes out. Throws to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. The pressure coming from the backside. Seared and Gilbray were in pursuit as it sails about 5 yards out of the end zone. And this should be a hold, and it is.
Boy, Mike, how things have changed. I tell you, defensively, we have come in with a different scheme right now. Well, we're a little bit more fired up. I shouldn't say different scheme. A little bit more fired up right now because we are getting back in Rocky Hines' face right now. Again, he throws another football. He's trying to throw it as far as he can to get it out of the play. Did a great job that time. First one he let it go, I thought it might be have a chance for an interception, though. But great job, defensive line, getting back after him. Decline the penalty.
They decline that penalty, and Lacayo will come on for a field goal attempt of 26 yards. Out of the hold of Rocky Hines. Snap back. Placement is good. Kick on the way. End over end. And it's no good. He pushed it to the right. It'll be Dodge City football at their own 5 with 1:20 to play in the half and all 3 timeouts.
Boy, 21 unanswered points. The defense has really stepped up now. The offense is feeding off of that. And you got to like what we're sitting at right now with a 7-point lead, 1:21 left. You know that Sean Ponder can call the plays, too, that's going to be able to get us down the field, give us another score before the half.
First and 10 now for Dodge, moving from left to right. All 3 timeouts, leading 21-14. Harper made that pick 6 at the 10-16 mark of this second quarter. It has been all Dodge since, reeling off 21 in a row.
Well, I tell you, Floyd and Ponder are having a long conversation down here, too. See what the set is.
Ball on the left hash. Dodge moving from left to right. Mo Young and Carson split left. Dello Davis slot right. Brendan Benson wide right. Play clock down to 5. Young will have to burn a timeout.
Good call.
Didn't like what he saw from the defensive setup from Wichita, and burns the first of 3 timeouts for Dodge.
But what I like here, Mike, we got to come out and see how they're going to set up here. Single man coverage on Benson on the outside on an undersized Harper. I don't know if Ponder saw that or not, but you got to take advantage of that, in my opinion.
Wichita came out, scored first. Their opening drive was extended after Dodge got a 3rd down stop, but on 4th down an illegal defense after Lacayo drilled a field goal. A couple plays later, it's Caston avoided the end zone, a 2-yard touchdown. They took a 14-0 lead when Kendrick Harper intercepted Josh Floyd, returned it 45 yards to the house. But Dodge has scored 21 unanswered. Floyd has a rushing touchdown. He's thrown a touchdown pass. And James Cody a rushing touchdown. First and 10 Dodge at their own 5. 2 receivers right, 2 left. 2 in high motion right. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. They pick up the blitz. Wants the bomb. Down the sideline for Davis. He's got it at the 5-yard line. And he's stopped there by Kendrick Harper. Harper. They will mark him out at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 38 and a first down.
And if you will, just a long crossing route. I mean, it took a while. Benson runs down. He clears out the field. He takes Harper with him. You got Davis streaking right down the sideline. Nice pass, but it starts at the offensive line, too. Carson came up and did a great job picking up a blitzing, catching, able to give Floyd that time and then toss it down there. Nice catch. Man, nice play.
38-yard missile from Floyd. And Davis was wide open. Dello Davis from Harper Community College just outside the Chicago area. First and goal. Dodge at the Wichita 7. Benson in a slot left, Young wide left. Young goes in high motion left. A low snap. Fielded by Floyd. Option read. Runs right. Shed to tackle and is slammed into the wall. Kiari Daniels is the one that finished him off. Randall going to protect his player. There was an extra shot that Floyd took right to his back.
It's going to be interesting how this call goes, and I can't get after Randall, and I shouldn't say that because I love the fact that Randall and Tyler White are over there protecting this football player. Also, I don't know whether he got stepped on while he was down on the ground or not. Nice little move there by Floyd to get to the outside, but here comes Randall coming over to the sideline. And
personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 1.
Very good.
It's called on Jason Catchings, and I think they got the wrong number because it should have been on Kiari Daniels. Daniels is the one that hit him after the play.
But I absolutely love the fact that sometimes I get after Randall because I know that he's an emotional player out there. I want him to stay in these ball games and not get suspended. But Randall's over there, Tyler White doing the same thing, protecting their player. When I saw the flag come out, I don't have a good angle of it, but I saw that he grabbed, trying to knock the guy away, and I thought this was going to be on Randall. But you got to love what those guys are going to do, go over and protect Superman.
Originally to the 3, the penalty moves it to the 1, and Sean Ponder will use the second of his 3 timeouts with 1:09 to play in this second quarter. So Dodge up 21-14. Wichita had a 14-0 lead, the last 21 points to the law. And remember, the turning point of this game, you can really say, was that 4th down and 1 at their own 15 where Paco Martinez kind of rolled the dice and said, we're going to go for it. Dodge shut him down. Very next play, it's Floyd to Mo Young.
Man, how huge was that? That was just a great defensive stop by the posse. Nice job.
Now it's going to be first and goal because of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Moves it just inside the 2. First and goal from there for Dodge. A chance to make this a 2-touchdown game. Benson wide left. Slot left with Young. Floyd under center. Deep back is Carson. Randall in as an extra offensive lineman. Hand off to Carson. Stutter step and shut down. Beautiful defensive play in the backfield coming through. Wes Yarbrough, who plays on both sides of the ball, is the one that brings down Carson for a loss of 6.
Well, he did a great job that time. Basically, it looked like that we were going to go some other play that time because our offensive line went right. Yarbrough's just basically come right up the field on that play. And he's got something going on with his leg right now. He may want a timeout here. He's going to stay into the ballgame. Got to run right at him now.
38 seconds to play. 1 timeout. Dodge second and goal from the 7. Receivers to either side. Option read. Floyd keeps. Makes a man miss at the 5. Dives to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. Josh Floyd lunging to the chalk. And Dodge takes a 27-14 lead with 17 seconds to play in the half.
Superman flies again. Mike, you got to like that. What a great call that time. You know, you got to be thinking that you might be passing the football on something like that, but that time, you know, we just do the little fake. Had Yarbrough, who was injured, couldn't hardly move, able to break him down, get to the outside. Floyd fakes outside, goes right up the middle, flies into the end zone for the touchdown.
How about 27 unanswered Dodge City points?
And I'm not happy. I want more.
Wood for the extra point out of the hold of Mo Young. And it's good. Wood has been perfect on extra points. Here's another flag. See if the kick is good. Looks like it's after the play. Referees will talk about it. We'll take a break with 13 seconds to play in the half. Dodge up 2 touchdowns.
This is Mike at Water's True Value. The sounds of spring aren't always gentle. Bring power back to your lawn care with Steel Outdoor Power, including chainsaws, grass trimmers, and gas-powered blowers from Water's True Value. If you take pride in your lawn, you know that only the best will do, and nothing beats Steel Outdoor Power equipment. Steel is designed for reliability and built for the long haul. Stop in today and give some of our equipment a test drive at Water's True Value, your Steel dealer in Dodge City.
As we come back with 13 seconds to play in the half, 28-14, Dodge City in front. Again, taking advantage, a huge 38-yard pass play on first down after a timeout. They go 4 plays, 45 yards, and it's Floyd, his second rushing touchdown. This one from 7 yards out, extra point good. So while we were away, they sorted out the penalty. It was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Mac Randall, who took the helmet off of Matt Moss. So that penalty will be assessed after the kickoff. Wichita has all 3 timeouts, so there's still plenty of time. And what you're probably going to see here is Wood just kick this out of the end zone.
Well, we have seen a lot of people here from Western Kansas. Good to see them. I see the Richmeyer sit down here along with John Schaefer, who teaches at the college. Randy Richmeyer, Blake Richmeyer, junior this year. Be playing football at Holcomb next year for the Longhorns. His dream is to be a fullback in college. That's a big kid. That's always. Did you dream to be a fullback? How many guys do you know that dream to be a fullback in college?
I'm trying to think. None.
I have to think also, hey, you know what? I want to be a fullback in college.
Good kid, though. Good for him.
Yeah. And he is a good kid from a good family on top of that.
So at 13 seconds, are they resetting? I thought somebody said reset the game clock. They have not. Yes, they did. They reset it to 20 seconds, which helps Wichita out immensely with 3 timeouts. 28-14 Dodge City.
Remember, Ames got great coverage last time because they set 2 guys back to receive the football. Gives us a little bit of number count advantage.
Jared Wood will tee it up. Dodge has scored 28 in a row. End over end kick, sails towards the end zone. Hubbard a couple of yards deep, fields it. Runs up the left side numbers to the 5. Little juke move, and he's out near the 15. Jared Gilbray and Brandon Benson combined on the stop there. And now you add the penalty, which will get them into plus territory.
Castleboyd maybe got away with a partial hold, nothing that he kept very long. All right, keep him out of the end zone, Mike. This is the big deal right here before half. They get the football coming right back out.
16 seconds remaining first half. The penalty moves the ball to the Dodge City 20. That was the unsportsmanlike conduct after the extra point. So 1st and 10 from there's 4 cracks at the end zone. They got 16 seconds and 3 timeouts. They can still pick up a first down, obviously inside the 10. So you don't necessarily have to go to the end zone because of the timeouts. Rocky Hines, after a good start, has definitely fallen off. Daniels left, 2 receivers right. Castonboyd slot right. Hines takes the shotgun snap, a quick out drop on the near side left by Rashad Daniels at the 15-yard line. And might have heard footsteps back there from Paul Robinson. It'll be 2nd and 10 Wichita at the Dodge City 20 with 13 seconds.
But still, Hines' throw was still behind Daniels. His last pass was a little bit behind also.
Hines, a couple of weeks ago, had a tryout for a CFL team, so he missed the Salina game, and Salina ended up winning that game 13-11. Joe Castonboyd was taking snaps, the former K-State receiver. 2nd and 10, Wichita at the Dodge City 20. Trips to the right, 2 in high motion run. Hines takes the shotgun snap, looks right, comes back to the left, directing traffic with 8 seconds. Throws to the end zone, jump ball, it's caught. Touchdown, Castonboyd, as he out-leaped Mark Sterling. What a play by Castonboyd. Rocky Hines says, go get it, and he does. The 6'6" K-State product, a 20-yard touchdown reception, and Wichita back in the game down 28-20.
And that's all Hines was looking for as he was rolling out, had plenty of time. We sent 3 up, basically 2 up. We dropped 1 guy back, but they're looking end zone with Castonboyd. He came all the way across the end zone, had 2 guys there able to bobble the ball, but again, because of that height, able to go up, concentrate, get the catch.
That play took about 10 seconds. Lacayo on for the extra point. Snap is back. Placement is good. The kick on the way and good. Wichita, as Ross has already mentioned, gets the football to start the second half. And they have done themselves a very good deed scoring here before the half. They'll get it when we start the second half. 6 seconds remaining, second quarter. Dodge 28, Wichita 21 on Z98.
At Lemcooler Dental, they endeavor to advance the standard of care for their patients. They have added a new procedure to fight periodontal disease. 80% of adults are affected by bacteria causing periodontal disease. They recommend decontamination before your cleaning, which will reduce or eliminate bacteria and prevent cross-contamination. The laser decontamination process is painless and takes 5 to 10 minutes to ensure great results. Request an appointment on Facebook or lemcoolerdental.com. Don't forget about their new location at 105 Layton in Dodge City.
Here plays 35 yards. Rocky Hines, the second time tonight, hooking up with Joe Cassinavoy, who actually quit football at Kansas State, tried to pursue his baseball career, which had a lot of good looks when he was in high school. The Philadelphia Phillies were a promising option. Chose football. Wichita is happy that he kept with football. A 20-yard touchdown reception, extra point good. And with 6 seconds to play in the half, 28-21 Dodge City by 7. Dodge had scored the previous 28 points. Lacayo will squib it. Hits at the 20. Bouncing free. Ings over the shoulder. Grabs it at the 5. Near side numbers. And is tripped up at the 5. Great open field coverage on special teams by Dan Kontz.
And Mike, a smart kick right there. You got to keep it out of Carson's hands. We've gone before where we go Ings first and then Carson because it comes up short. Ings has got great pair of hands, able to get a return. That time they let the ball bounce twice, a high bounce. They're able to get good coverage on it. Just couldn't do anything with it.
Now, do you try for a play here or do you just take a knee? 2 seconds left.
I think you have one option, honestly, and he's pulling everybody over. That if you're able to get the good blocking, you can toss it downfield, but understand that you've got to have the timing on that because you've got to run 45 yards, basically. 40 yards you can get downfield. But also you go with Carson on it, get him out in the open. That could be a lot of fun to watch.
Two things to avoid: a safety, which would be an untimed play for Wichita, and the ball hawks in the secondary for the Wild, an interception. 4 receivers, 3 right. They rush 3, drop 5. Floyd will take off up the middle 10. Gets a block from Carson, 15. Sprung free at the 25. And he's taken down at the Wichita 24-yard line. The final play of the first half, getting all the way downfield to make the tackle for Wichita, was Brandon Jenkins.
You know, Mike, you sit here and look at how this game has turned in the first quarter. We had our opportunities. We had a kickoff return also. Then we had a couple penalties here that really kind of cost us momentum in this ball game. Wichita jumped all over that momentum, was able to take advantage of it. Was not looking good. Looked like that we were a team that was back on our feet on defensive-wise. Just didn't have that confidence. We were able to pull up there, but all of a sudden we put everything together offensively. Sean Ponder's got this team offense going really good. Todd Middleton's done a great job. How about also what Jack Walker's been doing? A very busy guy with special teams plus receivers on top of that. And then you got Coach Derek Reeves with the offensive line. Looks like that we're really in a good mode right now. Thing is, we talked about this since the start of the second quarter. This has been a war. And you know you got 2 more quarters in this ball game that this war is going to carry on. How are we going to make those adjustments? What adjustments are we going to make here coming out at halftime?
1 point in that second quarter. Dodge scored 28 unanswered points in a 10-minute span to take a 28-14 lead. Wild score right before the half. Cassinavoy from Hines for 20 yards. And it's a 7-point game heading into the locker room on Z98. Halftime score, Dodge City 28, Wichita 21. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph, Tim Bowler will join us from the field during our 5th quarter show immediately following the game. What a first 30 minutes, Ross. We'll get to the numbers quickly here in a second, but 14-0, you're down. Just a little over 10 minutes to play in the first half. And the Dodge scores 28 unanswered points. Exactly how you scripted it.
Not exactly how I scripted it, but you talked about, this being a fight of heavyweights, that you're going to get knocked down, you got to get back up and just see if they're able to get back up. Honestly, just sitting up here, I'm going, man, I tell you what, I do not like the way this game has turned all of a sudden. Looked like we came out with some great fire, then just went through some adversity. But the thing is, though, that we were shooting ourselves in the foot, Mike. Wichita was taking advantage of it, did a great job. Rocky Hines was sitting back there, had all day. He was actually signing some footballs, tossing them around, just had that much time. All of a sudden, things turned around when the defense was able to stop Rocky Hines. Offense started clicking. Looked like that our play calling just went to a different level. Defensive-wise, we went to a different level. Basically, a shut-down defense, if you will. And this game has turned around and turned my emotions around, too, because I was in the doldrums down there going, oh, man, boy, we're just going to show up and do this again with Wichita, which means we travel to Sioux City, which I'm not a big fan of, by the way, big-time travel, but we've really turned around this ball game. Now we've got to turn around, Mike, and play very good in the second half.
Quickly look at the first half numbers. Dodge City had 6 first downs. Wichita had 7. Total yards, Dodge City 122, Wichita 105. Passing yards, Dodge 72, Wichita 77. Law 19 carries for 50 yards. Wichita 10 carries for 28. Only one fumble in this game was by Dodge City. They did not lose it. Meantime, Wichita turned it over once. Dodge City turned it over once, both interceptions. 1 sack for Wichita in the first half. Penalties, Dodge 4 for 28. Wichita 6 for 45. Law 3 of 7 on third down. Wichita 1 of 7. Time of possession, relatively even. Dodge City 14-44. Wichita 15-16. Individual numbers. We'll start with Dodge City. Josh Floyd 5 of 7, 72 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Also ran it 12 times for 39 and 2 rushing touchdowns. Dominique Carson 5 carries for 8. James Cody 2 totes for 3 and a touchdown. Mo Young had 3 catches for 30 and a touchdown. Dello Davis 1 reception for 38 right before the first half ended. That was the pass reception that set up the touchdown run by Josh Floyd, and then Brandon Benson 1 catch for 4 yards. The other way, Rocky Hines, who started 4 of 8, was just 3 of his last 8, 7 of 16, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Taiwan Hubbard 9 carries for 28. Rocky Hines 1 carry for nothing. Joe Castanavoy 3 catches for 27, 2 of those going for 6. Jarrell Kelly had 2 receptions for 31. Both those catches coming on that opening scoring drive, and then Taiwan Hubbard 2 catches for 19 yards. Individually, defensively, Walter Leandre leading the way with 5 tackles. Cashman Thomas has an interception. And for Wichita, Jason Catchings with 6 tackles. And then Kendrick Harper, a 45-yard pick 6 return to the house. And made it 14-0 before Dodge reeled off 28 unanswered points. Quickly before we start the second half, what do you want to see from Dodge in the final 30 minutes?
I really like the adjustments that we had to make during the ball game, which you've got to like that from the coaching staff. I give high marks to Mike. We've got to continue to get after Rocky Hines. You cannot sit there and let him have all day back there. I thought that when we start pressuring him, that's when he couldn't look over the field, and I really thought it made a big difference in this ball game. Offensively, I think that we've got to continue to do a little bit better job. I think we've done a great job offensively, blocking-wise. I think we've got to get the run game involved. Remember our very first series? We took a lot of time off that clock, but we came up with 0 points on that. You want to beat Wichita, you keep the ball out of their hands, continue to play great defense.
The Wichita football to start. Hubbard and Allen back deep. Jared Wood, who replaces Alex Fambro. Congratulations, by the way, to Alex signing with the Portland Thunder, the Arena Football League. So he gets bumped up. That's his second chance, of course, with the AFL. He tried out for Cleveland and didn't make it. Wichita will be moving from left to right to begin the second half. We are underway. It's Junior Allen 5 yards deep. Up the left side, numbers 5. Bouncing towards the sideline, 10. Angles towards the wall. He's hit at the 17-yard line. Drop there. Brandon Benson with the special teams tackle.
Just learned something off their kickoff return is that wherever Hubbard, their up man, goes, that's where the ball is going to go. Hubbard went up to go throw a block and didn't touch anybody, which helps us bode well for us. Now we got to have the defense. Got to pin our ears back. Let's get after Rocky Hines.
28-21, Dodge City in front. 1 point scored, 28 unanswered points. Wichita scored before the half. 1st and 10, Wichita at their own 17. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hines begins under center with Hubbard as the single setback. A 5-step drop. Throws one to the left. Perfect. And it's caught. A sliding grab at the Dodge City 19 made by Jarrell Kelly. It's a gain of 14 yards and a first down working on Paul Robinson.
And George had great penetration that time, coming around from the end and actually took a swipe at Hines. Hines, if he comes back with the football that time, you strip him. But the thing is, though, that he let Hines know that he was there. Hines just loaded one up and got rid of it.
First and 10 inside the Dodge 20-yard line. Twins right, single receiver left. Hines takes the shotgun snap, handoff to Hubbard, twisting and turning and dropped by Ja'Cory Quarterman. A loss of a yard, back to the 20. It'll be 2nd and 11 from there.
Beautiful play that time. He was able to fill the hole. Quarterman comes right up to the gap. That's where Hubbard wanted to go. Nothing there. He's able to make that open field tackle, which you've got to like.
Hubbard 10 carries for 27 yards. The 6-foot, 200-pound product from Central Missouri was a backup there. 2nd and 11. Wichita on the left hash, moving left to right at the Dodge 20. Trips right, they all go in high motion. Flags fly. Hines back to throw on a slant, caught at the 10. And falling forward to the 6-yard line is Rashad Daniels. Ja'Cory Quarterman was back in coverage. Let's check the penalties.
See what it's going to be. But one thing that you've got to like, Mike, which you will know this about Rocky Hines, very quick. Very, very quick release on that, too. He comes up and fires. I mean, like I said, he doesn't sit there and hold on to the football very long.
There was a sideline warning, so the play counts. And they'll mark it down at the 6. It's a strike of 14, and it's 1st and goal, Wichita at the Dodge City 6-yard line. 13:20 remaining third quarter. Law 28, Wild 21. Wichita on the move, left to right. The 4th play of the opening drive here in the third quarter. 3 receivers right. Hines changing the play, takes the shotgun snap. Toss sweep right, Hubbard. Blockers out in front. As he moves towards the sideline right, tracked down by Marquise George. And around the 2-yard line, gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
I like what we're doing right now with Hubbard. I thought he had an easy time with us at Wichita, but here he's had to earn everything that he's gotten so far.
Long and Leandre also in on that last stop. Red zone-wise, Wichita, #1 in red zone offense. 38 touchdowns. That's second to only Bloomington in the league. It's 2nd and goal from the 2 on the near hash mark. Jumbo package, Hines under center. Handoff Hubbard, running left, breaks 2 tackles, dives to the goal line. Is he in? He is. On a second effort, Tyron Hubbard for 6. And they're an extra point away from tying the game.
Boy, nice play there that time by Hubbard, because we basically had 2 shots at him in the backfield. Almost had him wrapped up that time. I believe that was Leandre that just almost took care of him. Just couldn't quite get him wrapped up. Grabbed the shoe. He's able to dive in there and get the touchdown that time.
He had him around the ankles. That was the 2nd missed tackle on that sequence. And it results in a touchdown. Lacayo on for the extra point out of the hold of Rocky Hines. This to tie it with 12:26 to play third quarter. And it's right down the middle. So 12:26 remaining in the third. Law 28, Wild 28 on Z98.
Superior Fence, a Dodge City, Kansas fencing contractor, has been in business since 1979, specializing in commercial and industrial fencing throughout western Kansas. Superior Fence also offers residential fences in and around Dodge City. From the basic chain link fence to the most modern ornamental aluminum fences, they offer the industry's premium product. And be sure to ask them about concrete walls, solid and railing fencing made of concrete. Call Superior Fence in western Kansas today for a quality fence designed to fit your needs. Or check out their website at superiorfencekansas.com.
5 plays, 33 yards. It's Tywan Hubbard, his 9th rushing touchdown of the year. Extra point good, and with 12:26 to play third quarter, Law and Wild tied at 28. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph in the United Wireless Arena in Dodge City. Wichita 7-2, Dodge 7-3. Wichita beat Dodge City back on March 22nd, a 40-7 rout at Hartman Arena. They trailed in this game at one point 14-0. Scored 28 unanswered, but the last 14 to Wichita.
Boy, it's on now, isn't it, Mike? I tell you, you got 2 outstanding programs here going after each other.
Lacayo will boot it. Dominique Carson back towards the wall in the end zone. And it's a squib. Bounces at the 10, fielded on the run at the 3 by Carson. Head of steam, 15. Tumbles out across the 15. The 16-yard line, a 13-yard return. Rashad Daniels on the special teams tackle.
Well, I'll tell you what, nice play there by Daniels, but you don't like that as your Coach Martinez giving Carson a running start that time. If he's able to break through that first wall, he's gone for a touchdown. But again, a nice return. See what Sean Ponder has set up here for us. We've got a great offensive line, some great running backs, good quarterback, and I just can't think of, really, when you think of our receiving core, name another team's got a better receiving core than us, because I can't name one.
Not going to find it. 1st and 10, Dodge at their own 16, moving from right to left on the left hash. 2 receivers, right, 1 left, 2 in high motion. A 3-man rush, 5-step drop, throws one to the near side left. Ings in and out of his hands at the 25-yard line. He was wide open. The closest white shirt was Jason Catchings. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Go back to the first Wichita game on opening drive for Dodge City. It was Kendrick Ings that dropped the football.
And you know, that was twice in that deal, but he's really picked it up and played well. And this is one of the things that you're sitting there watching. The offensive line did a spectacular job that time, giving him a lot of time to throw. Ings, concentration. He knows all about it. Able to come up with some big-time catches right there. You got to shake that one off. You'll catch the next one.
Benson wide right, Ings slot right. To the near side left, Young on 2nd and 10, Dodge at their own 16. And some movement into the neutral zone. Was it a false start or an offsides? It is offsides. They're going to say unabated to the quarterback. So it goes from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 5. Moves it to the 21. Wichita now 7 penalties for 50 yards.
You know, Mike, you go in the mindset wide open, coming across there, hit you right in the numbers more or less. If you let the ball get to your body, then you're in trouble. This ball here it's a fun ball to grip, very easy to catch. It's got some air in it. Thing is, though, that he threw a hard pass right there. Just, you got to be able to come up with that.
Benson and Ings right, Young left. 2nd and 5 out across the 20. Throwing one left, it's caught by Ings. First down yardage to the Wichita 17-yard line. Jason Catchings was back there along with Kiari Daniels.
And Mike, I love the play right there. You come right back to Ings. He's starting, if you will, now I'm going to go off my direction. He's starting over on the left side. As he comes out across, he comes right across the right. We come basically back to the same play, able to make the catch, first down.
Gain of 12, 1st and 10 Dodge at the Wichita 17 with 3 receivers. Handoff Carson, a stutter step, jitterbugs to the 15, ripped down by Jason Catchings after a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8, 10.5 to play 3rd quarter, tied at 28.
I'm going to say on that play, Catching comes right up the middle. It looks like that play, even though it's just a straight handoff to the running back, might have been just a little bit slow on timing, getting it there before that Carson could make too much of a move on Catchings.
Carson 6 carries for 10 yards. 2nd and 8 Dodge on the near hash, moving right to left. At the Wichita 15, tied at 28. Benson wide right, Ings slot right. To the near side left is Benson. Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Play action. 3-man rush. Steps up in the pocket, twisting and turning, and he'll go down. Ball is out. They did not whistle it dead. Now they did. It'll be a sack, the 2nd of the game for Jason Catchings. Him and Brandon Jenkins wrestle down the quarterback. It's a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 10.
I'm going to say this, very, very fortunate, because you could see Floyd from our advantage was trying to get rid of the football while he was being covered, looking to see if he could try to maybe do a shovel pass or just something to pitch out to somebody right there. I'm glad that they whistled him down, because I think Floyd was getting ready to turn the ball over there, maybe trying to, instead of tackling the football, looked like he was still trying to get it out to somebody.
3rd and 10 Dodge at their own 17. 3 of 8 on this down in this game. Carson slot left, Benson wide left. Young and Ings overload the left side. Now they'll shift to the right. 3rd and 10. Chant of defense from the Wichita crowd. 3-man rush. Check down to Carson at the 10. Up the left side numbers to the 10. Ray brings him down after a gain of 7. It'll be 4th and 3.
Boy, Mike, I like the advantage I get right here, because I get to watch the offensive line right there. McManus did a great job that time on Jenkins. Jenkins came right up the middle, tried to move to the outside. McManus stayed right there with him, didn't go anywhere with him. And then we go down with the check down pass, which I do like also, but that time Carson stumbled. He catches the ball still on his feet. Gets us a first down at least.
4th and 3. Dodge at the Wichita 10. The offense stays on the field. Benson wide right. Ings slot right. Near side left Young. And this is going to be a free first down. Jenkins touched McManus. Now an exchange. Another flag comes flying in. This might be offsetting. There are 3 flags on the field. Initially, it looked like Jenkins was going to be called for an encroachment as he put his hands on Kyle McManus, the center. And I don't know if that was Matt Randall that took exception to something that was said. And now we're just looking to sort everything out with 8:16 to play in the third, tied at 28, and a huge call on 4th and 3 Dodge at the Wichita 10. Here it is. Unsportsmanlike conduct both ways. They did not call it encroachment. It was a false start, which backs it up 5 yards to the 15-yard line. So now 4th and 8. And if you're Sean Ponder, do you keep the offense on the field, or do you bring in Jared Wood to try and give them the lead back?
Well, he's still got 25 seconds to think this over right now, but he was given a good talking to right there. This is, like I say, you just add 5 yards onto this play right here, but we're going with the same set that we did have last time.
4th and 8 at the 15, they'll go for it. 3 receivers, 2 in high motion. Floyd back to throw. On a crossing pattern, Vincent has it at the 10. Will not get to the first down. Dan Cox is the one that stopped him about 3 yards shy, and Wichita will take over 1st and 10.
And you know, Mike, you go back to the first down play, the 4th down play on before the penalty. That's a first down by Vincent. That time comes up short. They did a great job covering. He made a great catch. Really wasn't able to get his feet under him, if you will, after he catches the football, because he's a power guy. He might have been able to drive for that first down, but just couldn't quite get it done.
Timeout on the field, 7:55 to play third quarter. Wichita will have it when we come back at their own 10, tied at 28 on Z98.
Clark Pharmacy has been your headquarters for pharmacy and home decor, and that won't change with the new owners, Matt and Kimberly Monacle. In fact, they only want to add more luxury and convenience to the already great service, products, and friendliness. Kimberly's now working on a fun boutique in the back of the gift site that you'll need to keep checking out as it comes to life. It'll give you, the customer, a beautiful new boutique to shop in your backyard. From prescriptions, home decor, apparel, and accessories to a soda break at the fountain. Stop in and see the new card line and other additions you will love. Clark Pharmacy, Cimarron, Kansas.
What can United Wireless Unlimited Data do for you? Let's see. Facebook, emails, pictures, text messages, Skype, music, YouTube, data search, instant messaging, web browsing, social networking, tweeting, GPS, download apps, video chat, use Wi-Fi, so much more. All the data you need with no cap for just $29.99 at United Wireless. United Wireless. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
United Wireless.
You know, when it comes to professional pool care, there really is a difference. As your local BioGuard dealer and pool care pro, we are always prepared. Here's how. A wealth of pool care knowledge? Check. A wide range of proven BioGuard products in stock? Check. Computerized water testing? Check. An economical plan tailored to your pool's specific needs? Check. Isn't it nice to know we'll always be there, ready to address and anticipate your every need? Come visit Austin Pools in Garden City or Dodge City today, and come see for yourself why there's nothing like dealing with a true pool care pro.
So Dodge scores 28 on the answer to take a 2-touchdown lead. Wichita has scored the last 14, possibly more now as they have the football back following a turnover on downs. And with 7:55 to play third quarter, we're tied at 28. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph, the United Wireless Arena. Wichita 1st and 10, moving left to right at their own 10.
And Mike, also got to remember, too, is that, again, another penalty hurts us on our drive. And you got to be thinking about that, whether it's warranted or not. Because, honestly, I thought that could have gone either way, to be truthful, on that type of play. But, again, now got to have the defense get back in this mode, get that defense. Defense can feed the offense, and vice versa.
Junior Allen wide right, Cassidy Boyd slot left, Terrell Kelly wide left. 1st and 10, Wichita at their own 10. And off Hubbard, running left, has room, 15, 20, 25, and finally bulldozed at the Dodge City 23. Downfield was Sproul, who plays wide receiver and defensive back, is the one that brings him down after a run of 17 and a first down.
Hubbard did a great job. I tell you what, Martinez, he'd been going pass play on first down, play action pass on first down. That time they just go to Hubbard. We didn't get very much penetration, able to pick his way and then get some good blocks downfield that time.
Longest run of the night for Hubbard. 1st and 10, Wichita at the Dodge 17. Misdirection handoff, Allen in space, 20, 15, and wrestled down at the 15. Mark Sterling and Cashman Thomas combined on the stop. Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2.
Opening up the playbooks right now. If you would like to have a jersey, especially the yellow ones, DC Law Apparel is for sale. It's in the southwest corner of the United Wilder Center over in the DC Law offices. Got to see the jerseys today. Pretty cool stuff. I see somebody wearing one here, as a matter of fact.
Junior Allen from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 2nd and 2, Wild at the Dodge 15. Hines under center. Another misdirection handoff. Hubbard gets it this time, runs to the right, sweeping right, has a first down inside the 10. Sterling and George bring him down at the 8, 7 more. And Wichita making it look easy on this drive. It's 1st and goal inside the 10.
And I don't know why you'd want to go away from the run right here where they're able to do this with ease, but also you got to worry about Castavoid, that when you get down in this area right here, he's such a big target, Mike. He's just able to toss it up. He's able to go get it.
4th play of this drive. 1st and goal, Wichita looking to take the lead. 28 all with 6:10 to play in the 3rd. 1st and goal from the 8 on the near hash. Hines under center with 2 receivers left and 1 right. Hubbard deep in a 1-back set. Straight back to throw. 3-man rush. Hines looking left, batted in the air, and it's intercepted. Picked off Marquise George, his 2nd of the year. And he's tangled up at the 10-yard line. Hines' 2nd pick throw of the game. And a huge defensive play, and Dodge has it back at their own 10.
And Mike, you were getting ready to go up there as you get things set. I interrupted you. I was going to toss it in. We need a turnover. Boy, did that come in at the right time. Able to, like I said, quarterback's arms goes up. He wanted cross. Castavoid as he's going down to the end zone, then crossing line, but we had it covered, did a very good job. Made him rethink. He puts his arm back up. Defensive players, what are they taught? For the defensive line, arm goes up, you get yours up, able to bat the ball, go straight up in the air, and get a big-time turnover.
5:51 to play, 3rd quarter. Wichita came into this game with a +17 turnover ratio. That is number 1 in the league. And they also came in with the fewest turnovers, just 8. And that's the 6th interception thrown by Rocky Hines. 1st and 10, Dodge at their own 10. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Floyd, right foot in front of the left, takes the shotgun snap. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, jukes the man at the 10-yard line, and he skips ahead near the 20. Kiari Daniels brings him down at the 21. It's an 11-yard gain and a first down.
Boy, come on, Q. Come on up to the offensive line, bud. Quincy's one of our new signees, but I tell you what, nice to have him around here also. He says he points at his knee right now, but looks like he's back in the ball game, ready to rock and roll. And we talk about going to pull him out right now. I believe that's Tyler White's going to come in for Quincy.
I guess the stipulation of the CPIFL, all rosters are frozen as of Thursday night, so the roster Dodge has now is what they'll take into the playoffs. 1st and 10 at their own 21. Boyd takes the shotgun snap, little pitch back to Carson, running right. Gets free of Jason Catchings. Crowd wants a horse collar tackle as Catchings brings down Carson at the right sideline at the 25 after a 4-yard run. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Ouch, that's got to hurt when a guy goes up there around the head like that for the tackle. Catching's very fast, getting to the outside that time. Able to keep Carson from going right down the side. Did a good job on that, but I like the yardage that we were able to get. Positive yardage on 2nd down.
Jason Catchings, who played with Armani Bryant. And by the way, Armani Bryant at ECU broke Mark Gastineau's all-time sack record. Gastineau played a long time in the NFL. Armani Bryant was drafted in the 7th round by the Cleveland Browns. 2nd and 6 at midfield, 4 receivers. Boyd takes the shotgun snap against a 3-man rush, steps up again, takes off 25, up the near sideline 20, and slammed into the wall, and a flag comes down afterwards. Kiari Daniels lowered the boom at the 14-yard line. It's an 11-yard run for a first down, and you can add half the distance.
I was going to say Daniels looks like went head hunting that time, kept his head up instead of going down low with it. And that may be the call on the play.
Floyd slow to get up. It is a first down run. More importantly, Floyd is up, trying to shake off the cobwebs.
But, you know, that's something, too, on Floyd also. You know what, and I guess it's not as bad as I thought. And it might have been with Catchings coming in and finish the field, but Mike, with Floyd, you see him taking off down there, and obviously you can't, it's tough to sit there and pull up and go sliding in this division, in this league right here on top of that. Floyd's got such great speed, get down along the sideline right there. I'd almost say touch the padding, come up, stop, and that's it. The thing is, Floyd is just a person that likes to compete.
Gain of 11, add on 7, half the distance on the personal foul. And it's first and goal. Dodge moving from right to left at the Wichita 7. Game tied at 28 with 3:40 to play in the third. Benson wide right, Young in a slot right. And the shotgun is Floyd with an extra offensive lineman, Carson to his left. Handoff, Carson running right. No, option read, big, and Floyd is in. Touchdown, his third of the night. And flags come flying out all over the place.
This is going to go on Tyler White, but tell you what, Tyler, nice job there because he's the one that sprung it down here. Great job. Just play action, just pulls it right back out, calling his all number. It's a set play, able to get to the outside. Once the guy turned his back on Tyler, that's when Tyler's got to let up. But Tyler went in and drove him into it anyway. This is going to be a personal foul. Touchdown is good, though.
It is on Tyler White, as Ross just talked about. That'll be on the ensuing offensive play for Wichita. They will get the yardage added on. What a response, though. Wichita had scored 14 straight, driving to take the lead. The ball was batted in the air, and Marquise George the interception. And then 4 plays later, it's Josh Floyd on an option read, keeping it himself and running it in from 7 yards out. His third rushing touchdown of the game. And now Jared Wood on for the extra point. Dodge retakes the lead. Ball skips back to Young. Good job to put it down. And Wood boots it through. 3:31 to play, third quarter. Dodge back in front. 35-28 on Z98.
Have you been concerned about yours or maybe someone else's hearing? Well, get it checked out. Contact Miracle Ear in Dodge City or Garden City. You can find out more about Miracle Ear's free hearing evaluations and more about their special financing available. Don't wonder anymore if your hearing is what it should be. Contact Miracle Ear, a proud sponsor of the Dodge City Law, today. Miracle Ear is located in Dodge City at 1701 North 14th Avenue and in Garden City at 302 Fleming, Suite 3.
Casey's Cowtown Club, best food in the West. When your hungry lunch is ready, better come and get it. We got something cooking just for you. Better hooping on over for a down-home dinner. Stopping at the poorhouse for a brew. Casey's Cowtown Club, best food in the West.
This is Mike at the Water's True Value. The sounds of spring aren't always gentle. Bring power back to your lawn care with Steel Outdoor Power, including chainsaws, grass trimmers, and gas-powered blowers from Water's True Value. If you take pride in your lawn, you know that only the best will do, and nothing beats Steel Outdoor Power equipment. Steel is designed for reliability and built for the long haul. Stop in today and give some of our equipment a test drive at Water's True Value, your Steel dealer in Dodge City.
Ross Miller, Mike Pilosov, 3:31 to play, third quarter. Dodge retaking the lead on the back of a 4-play, 40-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Floyd, his third rushing touchdown of the night, a 7-yard scamper. It's his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. Wood's extra point is good. And it's 35-28 Dodge City with 3:31 to play, third quarter.
How big on that extra point? Young did a great job getting that football that came skipping back there from McManus. Able to get it placed for Wood, able to knock it through.
That ball literally took 2 hops before it got back to Young. A remarkable job to put it down. And it's a 7-point cushion right now for Dodge. Law has outgained Wichita 179 to 170. Hubbard and Allen stand parallel to one another, a yard deep in the end zone. Over end kick, floats to Allen, 8 yards deep against the wall. He'll take it. Left side number is 5, cutting it back to the right and across the 10. Squeezes through a hole at the 15 and is out to the 16. Jared Bilbray the stop and another flag.
You know, I'm going to say this, in my opinion, I tell you, the officials right now, I don't know, maybe they're trying to get control of this ball game. I don't think this ball game's out of control. But this is a
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 4, kicking team.
That's on Cashman Thomas.
It's a wimpy call. Good gravy. I'm just going to tell it like this. So now move him down 30 yards, but I mean, I just thought that a couple plays here earlier in the first half. I mean, in the first half, I just thought were kind of different calls that I wouldn't call. Let him play football. But this is a wimpy call right here by the official. I don't understand this call at all. Good gravy.
The 2 penalties mark it down because they have the unsportsmanlike conduct after the PAT, and then the one on the kickoff return moves it all the way to the 10. So 29 yards worth of penalties. First and goal, Wichita at the 10, down 7 with 3:20 to play third quarter. Kelly wide left, Cassadeboyd slot right, or slot left. Junior Allen to the right. Handoff Hubbard, sweeping left. The stiff arm and is slammed to the ground at the 10-yard line. Running sideline to sideline, tracking him down on the far side of the field is Walter Leandre. Check that Michael Grace.
I tell you what, Love did a great job on that play too, but I don't like what Cassadeboyd tried to do. This Love was coming back. Cassadeboyd's coming in doing what I will call a crackbat. He's coming in, but he's going down at the knees. And I do not like that type of play at all. Actually, fortunately for Love, he missed him. Love did a great job.
Loss of a yard, second and goal. Wichita on the left hash, moving left to right at the Dodge 11, down 35-28 with 2:30 to play third quarter. Junior Allen, Kelly, and Cassadeboyd all to the right. Hines out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, play action. Throws over the middle. It's caught inside the 10, then hammered down immediately. Dejan Love bringing down Jarrell Kelly. And guess what? Another flag after the play. Kelly is down to the 7. It's a gain of 4. We'll check the flag.
I'm going to say this, Mike, and I'm just going to say this, Mike. Officials are sitting there trying to get things together right here, trying to keep people from cooler heads. They call this a sideline warning. But sometimes when you're a player, you get emotional, but sometimes you waste a lot of energy. You waste your concentration. You get taken out of the ball game because you're more worried about, you know what, I'm going to go after that player. I'm going to get things taken care of instead of actually doing the play.
Sideline warning called on Wichita. Paul Robinson was the one that laid the hit down. Third and goal, Wichita at the 7. On their feet. Play clock has not started yet. Hines, Paco Martinez, and the 2 officials, the umpire and the referee having a conversation. Now they'll roll the clock. Game clock has started. The play clock is not. Nobody sees that. They're in the huddle. The play clock has not started. It still hasn't started. Now it does. Third and goal from the 7. 2 receivers right. Out of a pistol, Hines takes the snap, throws it right. Caught by Hubbard at the 5 and drilled. Stopped in his tracks by Cashman Thomas. And Hubbard is slow to get up. It's a gain of a yard. It's 4th and goal.
Boy, big play right there. We put some pressure on Hines that time. They tried to get Hubbard, and we talked about that at the beginning of this ball game. They like to run him out to the side out there. It's going to be the relief valve, and then try to put it to Hubbard on man-on-man coverage. We did a great job, open field tackle on Hubbard that time.
They will bring Lacayo in for a field goal attempt to cut this to a 4-point game. Lacayo 0 for 2 on field goal attempts. This will be from 21. Right between the hash marks out of the hole of Rocky Hines. Snap back. Placement is good. Kick on the lane. It's right down the middle. 1:28 to play in the third. Dodge 35, Wichita 31 on Z98.
At Lemcooler Dental, they endeavor to advance the standard of care for their patients. They have added a new procedure to fight periodontal disease. 80% of adults are affected by bacteria causing periodontal disease. They recommend decontamination before your cleaning, which will reduce or eliminate bacteria and prevent cross-contamination. The laser decontamination process is painless and takes 5 to 10 minutes to ensure great results. Request an appointment on Facebook or lemcoolerdental.com. Don't forget about their new location at 105 Layton in Dodge City.
4 plays, 28 yards. The drive stalls, and it's Ernesto Lacayo for a 21-yard field goal. It splits the uprights, takes 2 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock. With 1:28 to play third quarter, Dodge 35, Wichita 31.
Great job of defense, Mike. You got it like that. Gave them 30 yards, basically, to move the ball down there. Then all of a sudden, defense stood up and gave up the field goal. I'll take that any day.
Mikhail will kick it away. Dominique Carson is 5 yards deep. Dodge with a 4-point lead with under 90 seconds to play in the third. Line drive squib kick, takes an awkward hop at the 15, fielded at the goal line by Carson. Up the right side, numbers 10, 15, 20. And a touchdown saving tackle made by Dan Kantz as Carson was flying out to the 21-yard line.
How fast is Carson? Gets that ball back there. I thought once the ball got by Ings, he's going to have trouble to field that one. Came up there, followed the blocks, takes an arm tackle to take Carson down, or Carson's going to take that to the house.
Dodge moving from right to left, 1st and 10 on the left hash mark at their own 21, leading 35-31 with 1:24 to play third quarter. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Dodge at one point scored 28 unanswered points. Wichita scored the next 14 before Dodge retook the lead. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Lloyd takes the shotgun snap, well protected. Whistles went over the middle. It's high and dropped. Hendrick Ings incomplete at the Wichita 21, and a flag comes out after that. Kiari Daniels and Jason Catchings on the coverage.
But this may go on Ray, too, as he actually went for the hat that time. The receiver's coming across. I understand that ball's a little bit high, but looked like that he went with his hands up at the helmet area right there. This might be personal foul for going high. Okay.
They say no foul.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one to call. The guy is still in contention to catch the football. He didn't take his helmet to helmet. He just took his hands up into that area right there and really kind of helped keeping Ings from catching the football.
John Ponder in disbelief. 2nd and 10, Dodge at their own 21, leading 35-31 with a minute to play third quarter. Josh Floyd has run for 3 touchdowns. Benson wide right. Yellow Davis slot right, Young wide left. Floyd takes a belt tie shotgun snap, looks left, comes back to the right, pump fake, it's a man in the air at the 20, scampers up the right sideline to the 23-yard line of Wichita, where he's bumped out by Kiari Daniels. And that'll move it to 3rd down inside plus territory, 3rd about 4, gain 6.
You know what? One thing that when Josh takes off, he knows where he's at. He did that little pump fake, got one of the guy's defenders up in the air. He's able to move around him as he's able to continue to get some good yardage. The thing about this drive right now, even though that we're still in the third quarter here, I think we're going 1st down all the way.
Final 10 seconds of the quarter, 3rd and 4 at the Wichita 23. Floyd back to pass, under pressure, rolling right, comes back to the left, directing traffic, throws it left, and it's incomplete. Looking for Vincent coming back across the field. Ray was the one back in coverage at the Wichita 13, and that is the final play of the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. Dodge up 35-31. It'll be 4th and 4 law at the Wichita 23 when we come back on Z98.
Superior Fence, a Dodge City, Kansas fencing contractor, has been in business since 1979, specializing in commercial and industrial fencing throughout western Kansas. Superior Fence also offers residential fences in and around Dodge City. From the basic chain link fence to the most modern ornamental aluminum fences, they offer the industry's premium product. And be sure to ask them about concrete walls, solid and railing fencing made of concrete. Call Superior Fence in western Kansas today for a quality fence designed to fit your needs. Or check out their website at superiorfencekansas.com. When it comes to expenses in today's world, why pay new when used will do? That's where Maupin's Truck Parts Incorporated comes in, offering quality used parts. Save up to 30% off new pricing. Save on Peterbilt, Kenworth, International, Ford, Sterling, and Western Star parts. More money in your pocket. Maupin's Truck Parts Incorporated, Dodge City. 1-800-950-4155.
Quality parts and service, affordable prices. Maupin's Truck Parts, they keep me on the road.
Start of the fourth quarter alongside Ross Miller. Mike Pilosoff, Tim Bolwell will join us immediately following the game, our 5th quarter show with live interviews with coaches and players from the field as we get set to start the 4th. 35-31 Dodge City facing a 4th and 4 at the Wichita 23.
And Mike, what do you like about the Gunpowder Girls? Well, they're a distraction. They do a great, great job of dancing. But as I was watching the Wild come off the field over here, all of them were looking up at the big screen, not looking at the coaches, watching the young ladies dance out there. So you know that they are in this ball game. The Wild.
Military Appreciation Night. They did a great thing. It was buy one, get one free to get into the arena tonight. And a very good crowd on hand Memorial Day weekend. 4th and 4. Dodge will go for it at the Wichita 23 with 4 receivers. Floyd takes a low shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz. Rolling left. Gets away towards the wall and is going to be touched up there. Wes Yarborough is the one that touches him up. No gain, and Wichita takes over, down 4 at their own 23, just underway in the 4th, and the clock never started.
And we're having problems with the clock, I guess. But, Mike, on that play right there, when he goes to roll out, we're rolling out to a side where we only have one receiver, and he's covered down along the sideline. I don't know if that was a set play or we didn't have anybody else coming across, or he rolled out to the wrong side. But he rolled out to that naked side over there, and there was nothing there for him to look but just take off and run it, and they had that covered.
So instead of going for the field goal to make it a 7-point game, they defer that. And they go for what looked like a deep passing pattern, but it was covered up very well. 1st and 10 Wichita now at their own 23.
But you know what? I agreed with the play because I felt like that we were in 2-down territory to go down for this first down right there. But the thing is, at that time that when we rolled out to that one side, there was nothing out there for us.
Mark it actually at the 24. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hines under center. Misdirection handoff. Junior Allen with blockers out in front. Down the sideline inside the 10. All the way down to the Dodge City 7. Paul Robinson is the one that grabs him from behind. 19-yard carry on 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 7.
And that's a good play right there, coming from the sideline, and he's in full speed as he comes over and gets it. He's a little guy, hard to see him back there, and then picking up the blockers as he's coming right down the sideline in front of us. Nice play there by the Wild.
Ball just on the left hash mark. 1st and goal, Wichita at the Dodge 7, trailing 35-31. Just underway here in the 4th. The #1 red zone offense in the league. Daniels wide right, Hassan Boyd, and Kelly join him to the right. Hubbard deep in a 1-back set. Hard snap count, toss sweep right. It's Hubbard. Blockers out in front. He slammed down around the 5. Marquise George and Ja'Cory Quarterman wrap him up after a gain of 2 to be 2nd and goal.
Great job by our posse defense. Following that play, we rallied really well to the football that time. I liked the way we were able to stretch down. I thought he got really a pretty good mark there also.
They pushed him all the way to the 3, when it looked like his knee touched down at the 5. They'll give him a gain of 4. And 2nd and goal from there. Clock rolling inside of 13:20 to play 4th quarter. Wichita looking to take the lead back, down 4. Hines quickly under center, play clock at 8. Another hard snap count. Hand off to Hubbard, off left guard, taking Ja'Cory Quarterman and Paul Robinson for a ride. Robinson is the one that twirls him down at the 2 after a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Great job that time by Robinson, able to meet Hubbard in the open field and able to hold him up while he gets help. Wow, Mike, I tell you what, my eyes must be bad because to me it looks like another favorable spot. I mean, but it isn't. Good area, but I thought we did a better job of that.
Just inside the 2, 3rd and goal. Chris Hempill, the defensive back, lines up as a receiver left. Extra offensive lineman. Some movement up front, handoff to Hubbard, sweeping right, and he's in for a touchdown. And this should stand. But this will be an encroachment on Dodge City, and Wichita regains the lead with 12:28 to play in the 4th. It's Jamar Sears. So down by 14 at one point. Wichita comes back to take the lead, 37-35.
And I actually thought Sears was able to get held up that time. Both times he was able to do that, but just couldn't get it.
Lacayo on for the extra point to make this a 3-point game. Hines will hold. Snap back. Placement is good. And the kick hits the upright. It hits the right upright. No good. And it's a 2-point Wichita lead. 37-35 Wild with 12:28 to play in the 4th on Z98.
Clark Pharmacy has been your headquarters for pharmacy and home decor, and that won't change with the new owners, Matt and Kimberly Monacle. In fact, they only want to add more luxury and convenience to the already great service, products, and friendliness. Kimberly's now working on a fun boutique in the back of the gift site that you'll need to keep checking out as it comes to life. It'll give you, the customer, a beautiful new boutique to shop in your backyard. From prescriptions, home decor, apparel, and accessories to a soda break at the fountain. Stop in and see the new card line and other additions you will love. Clark Pharmacy, Cimarron, Kansas.
Four plays, 28 yards in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And Wichita regains the lead on the touchdown run by Tywan Hubbard. 2-yard touchdown run. But they missed the extra point. That's why it stands as a 37-35 Wichita lead with 12:28 to play in the fourth quarter. Carson stands at the 1-yard line waiting for Lacayo's kick. It's another squib. Bounces at the 17. Fielded at the goal line by Carson. Up the middle, 10. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet near the 15. And Jason Catchings. Charles Johnson Jr. combined on the stop at the 14-yard line.
That time they did a great job, like I said, with this squib kick. I mean, there's a line drives right now that we're not able to get with Ings up front, but Carson gets it. By that time, they did a great job covering that up. Mike, you talked about the things that we did with this service, military service, special services also, from EMS to firefighters to the police to security, not only to the military. We do a very good job. This is what the DC law is all about, the ownership. Circle Hope that they've done earlier this season. If you want tickets, you can get tickets 317-7240, and you can buy season tickets now. They're selling them out in the lobby.
Down 2 with 12:10 to play in the fourth. First and 10 Dodge at their own 14. Quarterback draw, up the middle, Floyd carries a man, that's Jason Catchings, but Catchings pushing him back. And Floyd might have got a yard and a half. They'll give him 2 to the 16. It'll be second down and 8.
I would like to see Floyd maybe start handing the football off because he's starting to get beat up just a little bit here out here too. But season tickets for next year are on sale. Get your opportunity to go ahead and grab them now. Be ready to go for next year. We still got a home game coming up here in 2 weeks versus the Kansas Coyotes. This game, to me, winner of this ball game here is going to say who's going to have a home field advantage. I mean, have a home field in the playoffs, too.
Dodge City 9 yards shy of 100 yards rushing. Wichita, in their 2-year history of the CPIFL, has never allowed 100 rushing yards. Second and 8, Dodge at their own 16 with 3 receivers. A low shotgun snap. Floyd under pressure. Rolls to the left and is sacked back at the 11-yard line. The ball came out afterwards, but they're going to say Floyd was down. Jason Catchings with his 3rd sack of the game.
Boy, sometimes when they come up that time, that's where Floyd had Carson as a relief valve, but had no chance to really get Carson as a relief valve to the outside. You would love to give Carson that space if you're able to. We just weren't able to that time. And again, right now, we are surfing a little bit on the offensive side of the football, relying on the defense. Now we need a couple big plays right here. See if we can get something going. First to first. Offensive line's got to do its job.
10:40 to play fourth quarter. Wild leading 37-35. 3rd and 13. Dodge at their own 11. Benson, Young, and Dello Davis to the right. Floyd out of the shotgun, 2 in high motion run. They set up the screen. Benson catches at the 10. Up the sideline, 15. Bulldozes a man out to the 20. Gary Daniels took the brunt of that hit. Hendrick Harper there as well. They gain 9. It'll be 4th down and 4.
Interesting play right here, and I think of Vincent across the middle. The last time that we wanted to run for a first down, then we got the illegal procedure cost us 5, but we went with Vincent across the middle. I think that you could be very safe on that for 5 yards.
4th and 4. Dodge at the 20. The offense stays on the field. They're down 2 with under 10 to play. Floyd out of the shotgun. Carson split out to the left with Young. And Sean Potter doesn't like what he sees. Dodge City will use a timeout with 9:41 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, Floyd has taken some shots in this ball game. Look at his shoes, Mike. Those are Superman shoes. Introduced with the cape on. Big-time Superman dude. But he has taken some big-time hits, able to get up. and recoup just like Superman.
Dodge 0 for 3 on 4th down. Wichita scored the first 14 points before Dodge scored 28 unanswered. Then the Wild got a 20-yard touchdown pass before the end of the half. They made it 28-21. The Wild then tied the game before Dodge City retook the lead. And then the Wild came back and grabbed the lead. They missed an extra point. It was 35-31. Wichita scores a touchdown on Taiwan Hubbard's 2-yard rush. But the missed extra point by Lacayo, and it's 37-35 Wichita with 9:41 to play. And now a 4th and 4 Dodge City at their own 20-yard line. Gallo Davis, Mo Young split to the left. Benson and Carson Wright. Floyd out of the shotgun, ball on the near hash. Dodge moving from left to right, down 2. They need the 24 for a first down. Floyd back to throw. Looking under pressure and sacked at the 10-yard line. Jason Catchings, his 4th of the night.
Boy, I tell you what, all they did was a bull rush. They came up there. What they were going to do is just meet at a certain point in the back, about 7 yards back there. Exactly what they did. 4 of them. Kotz also back there on top of that. No chance whatsoever for Floyd.
This offensive line has done a good job. The problem is, again, one of the things that separates Wichita from every other team in this league is the ability to get pressure on the quarterback with only a 3-man rush. First and goal, Wild at the 10. Daniels left, Hassan Avoid and Kelly right. Hines out of the gun, Hubbard to his left. Takes the shotgun snap. Handoff Hubbard, sweeping to the right. Bilbray tracks him down and takes him down. No gain. Back to the original line of scrimmage at the 10-yard line, just outside the right numbers.
I tell you, you got to keep an eye on Yarborough down there because I guess that was Cannon that probably should have had a hold on him. Looked like he had one of our guys locked up down there, but no call on the play.
Second and goal. A huge defensive sequence for Dodge, trailing 37-35 with under 9 minutes remaining in the game. At one point led 28-14. Kelly, Caston Avoid, and Daniels to the left. Rocky Hines out of the shotgun. Play clock to 6. 2 in high motion left. Looking left. Blocked by Kelly at the 12. Has blockers at the 5, and he's in. Touchdown. Jarrell Kelly following a convoy. A 10-yard hookup between Hines and Jarrell Kelly. And Wichita extends the lead 43-35 with 8:35 remaining in the fourth.
And if you want to call that a wide receiver screen to the outside, it's exactly what it was. Caston Avoid, he's basically the guy that's going to be throwing the blocks out there. He's such a big guy right now. Able to get it quickly to the outside. Tough for us to rally over there as they're able to fight off the blocks, find one way to read it, and then able to get the touchdown.
The all-important extra point to make it a 2-possession game. Hines holds. Placement is good. The kick on the way is down the middle. 44-35 Wichita. 8:35 to play in the fourth on Z98.
You know, when it comes to professional pool care, there really is a difference. As your local BioGuard dealer and pool care pro, we are always prepared. Here's how. A wealth of pool care knowledge? Check. A wide range of proven BioGuard products in stock? Check. Computerized water testing? Check. An economical plan tailored to your pool's specific needs? Check. Isn't it nice to know we'll always be there, ready to address and anticipate your every need? Come visit Austin Pools in Garden City or Dodge City today and come see for yourself why there's nothing like dealing with a true pool care pro.
8.5 remaining in the fourth. Dodge now trailing 44-35. 2 plays, 10 yards. Hines finding Jarrell Kelly on a screen. Kelly doing the rest. A 10-yard touchdown pass. Extra point good. And it's getting awfully late. Dodge City now trailing 44-35. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilasoff. The problem so far we've seen in this game, Dodge has yielded 4 sacks. By Jason Catchings, and they give up a chance to take the lead on that last drive, and with Lacayo's extra point, it's now a 2-possession game.
Well, we got a lot of time left in this ball game, too. That's what you've got to like. A lot of timeouts on top of that.
And remember, they did use 1, so they only have 2 remaining.
And the thing is, though, that you want to get a good return. Right now, they have found something. They're doing line drive kicks right now that really Inks can't corral because he needs the up man, able to crowd some of those, get a great return on top of that. But right now, he just can't crowd it and able to get great kickoff coverage because Carson can't get things going. That helps our offense when Carson can get things going off the kickoff return.
Carson a yard deep. Dodge City has 2 timeouts. They now trail by 9, 44-35 with 8:35 remaining in the game. Still a lifetime to play. The clock will continue to run until the 90-second warning. That's the rule in the CPIFL. So you do have at least you know that you have another clock stoppage. So really, Dodge still has 3 timeouts and 2 and then the 90-second warning. They need to score on this drive. Another squib, bounces at the 17, gets past Carson, hits the back wall, and that'll come out to the 5. And Carson throws the ball in disgust, and that's going to cost him half the distance.
That's just out of frustration on Carson. I know he wanted to come up with the football, but that ball is kicked so hard that Ings can't get in front of it to stop it, so it gets back here, and it's basically just tough to crowd that football.
That backs it up to the 2. First and 10, Dodge moving left to right, down 44-35 with 8:35 remaining. The clock somehow never moved. We'll take it.
Mike, right now that you've Dodge City, right now you got a little adversity going against you. You've got to continue to swim upstream. Good things will happen. Continue to fight. It's got to start right here with the offensive line.
Ings and Benson split right. First and 10, Dodge at their own 2. 2 in high motion. 3-man rush. Option read. Floyd breaks a tackle. Into the open field 5. Spins off the man to the 10. Jason Katchings brings him down a chest-high tackle after a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Well, I tell you what, that was what makes Floyd so special. Avoiding tackles. Able to just to move it down the field and still get positive yardage while missing all of this. Gives us a little room to operate now. 2nd down.
Ball on the left hash. Dodge moving left to right, trailing 44-35 under 8 to play. 2nd and 2 at their own 10. Young left. Ings and Benson split right. Floyd, right foot in front of the left, takes the shotgun snap. 3-step drop, throws over the middle, and it's caught for a first down by Ings at the 18. And you can add 15 more as Floyd was leveled in the end zone. Wes Yarbrough took a cheap shot on Floyd. It's a gain of 7. And you can add 15 more to that.
Well, this should be an easy call by the official. I don't understand what he's talking about back here. I mean, there we go.
Number 62 on the defense. The ball leads the quarterback. 15 yards in his spot. Automatic first down.
And we'll take it. If you want to give us some easy yards, we'll take it as we move down the field. They're got a great job that time. Floyd looks like he might be holding on to the football just a little bit too soon. Ings comes across the middle, finally releases, makes a nice pass. It's Ings right in the numbers. Great catcher by Ings. Floyd knew he was going to take a shot. Yarbrough just didn't pull up.
Move it to the 17 of Wichita. 1st and 10, so they gained 23 yards on that play between the penalty and the catch by Kendrick Ings. 1st and 10, Dodge on the left hash, moving left to right at the Wichita 17, down by 9.
Be smart here. Make sure that you get the plays correct.
2 receivers right, Cordy to the left of Floyd in the shotgun. Bubble screen. Benson makes the catch, a flag out. And he's up the sideline right to the 15. Dan Ponce pushes him out of bounds. It's a gain of 2. Let's check the flag.
I think this may be going against Jenkins.
Jenkins is pleading his case. Floyd is on one knee.
This is getting...
Yep. Brandon Jenkins called for a roughing the passer personal foul, which will give it half the distance and 1st and goal.
And I can't believe that the Paco Martinez will allow this on his team. They're not, I mean, Paco Martinez would not order something like this from the coaching deal, but you know, you want to get into Floyd, get into Floyd's head. Right now, he's doing a great job getting right back and continuing to fight. But, man, you want to give us 15 yards, I'll take it. We'll move it right down the field.
7:08 to play and roll in 4th quarter. 1st and goal from the 7. Dodge trailing 44-35. They have 2 timeouts. They have to score on this possession, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. Benson trots left. Dello Davis slot left. Floyd out of the shotgun. Cody to his left. Takes the shotgun snap. And off to Cody running right. His helmet comes off. Brandon Jenkins rips him down, and another flag. no gain.
You know, I'm going to say this on Cody. I mean, this isn't Cody's fault. I mean, he's running the football. It's just that it was a high tackle. The helmet comes off. This is incidental to me. We'll see what the official calls on this.
They're talking about it. Everybody's slapping high fives. So it's got to be on Wichita or no flag. If
Mike,
they pick it up.
We got 57 sponsors, part of the DC Law, this great owners group that we've got with Joy Ponder and Sean Ponder. Also, Ricky Betts. Brett does a great job. Ricky Burt, excuse me. But also, we got Chris Boyce and family joining us. But I have to agree with the call on this, too, because I thought it was incidental, to be truthful.
Yeah, they picked up the flag, so it's 2nd and goal from the 7.
And one official might have saw that looked like his hand came across and grabbed the helmet. The other 2 officials went out and asked for some help. Said, no, that didn't happen. That was just on the tackle.
6:30 to play in the 4th. Dodge down 44-35. 2nd and goal from the 7 near hash. 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Boy takes the shotgun snap. Handoff to Cody, running off left guard. There's just no opening. Brandon Jenkins tracks him down. A yard loss. 3rd and goal from the 8 coming up.
Right now, their defensive line is beating our offensive line. We're not able to get any kind of holes whatsoever in that. Just a great job there that time by the defensive line. We've got to get a score here. And I want 6 plus the extra point for our 7.
Now remember, you can still kick a field goal here, so Floyd has to have that in the back of his mind not to force anything. 3rd and goal from the 8. Twins right. Now a 3rd receiver right as Floyd takes the shotgun snap. Looking right. Pocket collapses, steps up and runs. At the 5, breaks a tackle to the 4. Tripped up in the open field by Dan Kotz after a gain of 4. Makes it a more manageable field goal. It'll be 4th and goal from there.
And Sean's calling it.
I mean, this is the right move because you have 5.5 to play. You have to score here. Now, we should point this out not to be negative or anything like that, but Jared Wood had pulled some of these to the right in pregame warmups. He's been perfect on extra points. This amounts basically to that.
This is a gut shot.
19-yard field goal to make it a 6-point game. Snap back, placement good, kick on the way, and it's perfect. Right down the middle. 4:59 to play, 4th quarter. Wild 44, Law 38 on Z98.
Have you been concerned about yours or maybe someone else's hearing? Well, get it checked out. Contact Miracle Ear in Dodge City or Garden City. You can find out more about Miracle Ear's free hearing evaluations and more about their special financing available. Don't wonder anymore if your hearing is what it should be. Contact Miracle Ear, a proud sponsor of the Dodge City Law, today. Miracle Ear is located in Dodge City at 1701 North 14th Avenue and in Garden City at 302 Fleming, Suite 3.
The unfortunate thing about that drive, Dodge does score to make it a 1-possession game, but they were aided by 2 personal foul penalties on the return that gave them the ball inside the 10, on the pass play from Floyd to Kendrick Ings that gained 30 yards, and they couldn't punch it into the end zone, but Wood connects on a 19-yard field goal, 7 plays, 41 yards, and 336. And Dodge now trails 44-38 with under 5 to play. You cannot allow anything, a field goal, a touchdown, nada, to keep their hopes alive. Remember going back to the Salina game when Dodge needed to stop defensively. They got it towards the end of the game, and they also were helped out by a missed field goal. But then Josh Floyd had a strip sack, and Salina scored a touchdown to win the game.
Coverage is big right here on this spot to bring the defense out. That looks a little tired.
Wood will kick it away. End over end. Angle towards Hubbard. He'll take it a yard deep. Up the middle 5. Bouncing to the left 10. Shakes off a man 15. And down the sideline near the 20. Before he's finally wrapped up by the kicker, Jared Wood, at the 18-yard line.
Nice job that time because you're talking about running the lanes. Vincent came down, ran the lanes, stayed in his lane. Hubbard gave him a little inside-outside move, able to pop to the outside, but we had a great coverage right there. Part of our kicker in on that, too. Nice job. Now, defensively, we have got to have something big happen, in my opinion, to get maybe a sack. You got to be thinking they've got to be thinking Hubbard right here on the very first play of running the football, taking some time off too.
1st and 10, Wichita at their own 18-yard line. Taiwan Hubbard has run for 63 yards on 19 carries. His team has a 6-point lead with 4:40 to play. Hines under center. Hubbard deep in a one-back set. Misdirection handoff. Allen turns the corner right, and he's across the 20 to the 21. Cashman Thomas and Jared Gilbray combined on the stop. Gain of 3. It's 2nd down and 7.
Boy, Allen actually gave that away. I was watching that, Mike. He went up there and actually patted the quarterback on the hind as he was walking back to his position, which you don't see a whole lot. See how it loads up again that time.
2nd and 7. Wichita at their own 21 with 4 minutes to play. Wild leading 44-38. Ball on the right hash. Wild moving from right to left. The defending league champs with a 6-point lead. Pass and avoid slot left. Kelly wide left. Hines under center. Single setback is Hubbard. Back to pass Hines. Throws it right and it's incomplete. Knocked down at the line by the veteran Michael Grace, who's hanging up his cleats after the conclusion of the season to become a head coach. It's 3rd and 7. Wichita at their own 21.
What a great play that time by Michael Grace. Gonna look, and I tell you, Rocky's doing a good job out there as quarterback. He looks off to the right, and then gonna come right back to the left. As soon as he did, Grace is right there with his hands up. Very fortunate that ball didn't bound up in the air and someone else comes up with it.
Wichita just 2 of 10 on 3rd down. 3rd and 7 at their own 21. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Hines out of the shotgun. Dodge will rush 4. Over the middle, wide open Kelly, 20, 15, down to the 10-yard line. Cashman Thomas spins him down at the 9. Catch and run of 20 yards and a 1st down.
All that was to send everybody on down the field, clear it out, and then all of a sudden just release, come across the middle for a quick one. Nice play there. Really, that's a good offensive play.
That might be the backbreaker with 2:44 to play in the 4th. Rocky Hines will wide open Jarrell Kelly. And Ross talked about it. The only reason that was so wide open is the linebacker came on a blitz. Middle of the field was uncovered. Hines, 13 of 24, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks. 1st and goal from the 9. Hubbard, the single setback. Misdirection handoff. Hubbard gets it. Runs off right guard. And not fooled was Cashman Thomas. Lamar Seard and Walter Leandre there. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 10.
All right, get the play clock started. Ball is set. Start the play clock. There we go.
So officially they lose a yard. What you have to hope here is you hold them out of the end zone, and then Lacayo has to help out and miss a field goal. But if you're Dodge, you cannot use your timeouts right now. You got to hang on to those as long as you can. 2nd and goal from the 10. 3 receivers left. Hines out of the shotgun. Back to throw. Looking left. Fires left. Dropped at the 5 by pass and avoid. He's got some extra pushing and shoving. And that'll bring us to the 92nd warning for Dejan Lowe. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 10 when we come back. Wichita holding on to a 44-38 lead on Z98.
This is Mike at the Waters True Value. The sounds of spring aren't always gentle. Bring power back to your lawn care with Steel Outdoor Power, including chainsaws, grass trimmers, and gas-powered blowers from Waters True Value. If you take pride in your lawn, you know that only the best will do, and nothing beats Steel Outdoor Power equipment. Steel is designed for reliability and built for the long haul. Stop in today and give some of our equipment a test drive at Waters True Value, your Steel dealer in Dodge City.
Dodge City, Cattle Town at birth. Cattle Town today, a town that loves a great steak. Central Station Club and Grill embraces that tradition with the highest quality, most tender and mouth-watering mesquite grilled steaks in the area. Sirloins, filet mignon, Casey strips, and the tantalizing Central Station ribeye. A 12-ounce ribeye basted with the station's secret signature sauce and flame-kissed to perfection over ember-glowing aromatic mesquite wood. For the most unbelievable flavor you can find, there's nothing better at Central Station Club and Grill, 207 East Wyatt Earp Boulevard in Dodge City.
We're still in search of our first league championship, but it's not too late to start thinking about.
90 seconds to play in this one. It'll be 3rd and goal, Wichita at the Dodge City 10. Wild leading 44-38 alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph. Game's still up for grabs, but Dodge has to hold Wichita out of the end zone. They cannot allow a touchdown or a field goal, which could put the game out of reach. Dodge with only 2 timeouts left. 3rd and goal from the 10. Hubbard deep in a one-back set. Hines under center. Hand off to Hubbard. Running left and shut down behind the line. To Corey Corman. A yard loss. And now Ernesto Lacayo will come on for potentially the game winner.
And what I liked about that also, besides a great defensive play, we come out real quick, like to call that timeout, stop the clock, so they couldn't run any more off before they come kick this field goal.
Now remember, Waller Leandre has 3 blocks this season. Boy, could they use one here.
But this is where I would be talking to the officials too, because over on the right side here, and I'm just going from my direction, George and Bilber decide that they're going to be coming up on is that I've seen like this, they've got a hook on us, able to keep us from elevating and getting that penetration. I want the officials to keep an eye on this.
This will be from 25 yards out to make it a 2-possession game with 1:26 to play. Out of the hold of Rocky Hines. Snap back. Placement is good. Kick on the way, and it's good. Right down the middle. Wichita extends the lead, 47-38.
And Mike, we had great penetration that time. Leandre and George got upfield, but a great kick that time. Everything had to work. Good snap from the center. Get the holder, able to get the hold down. Kicker comes through and does his job. Did a great job on that. That hurts.
Minute 22 to play. Dodge only 1 timeout, down 9, 47-38 on Z98.
At Lemcooler Dental, they endeavor to advance the standard of care for their patients. They have added a new procedure to fight periodontal disease. 80% of adults are affected by bacteria causing periodontal disease. They recommend decontamination before your cleaning, which will reduce or eliminate bacteria and prevent cross-contamination. The laser decontamination process is painless and takes 5 to 10 minutes to ensure great results. Request an appointment on Facebook or lemcoolerdental.com. Don't forget about their new location at 105 Layton in Dodge City.
Wichita might have just put this game out of reach. Ernesto Lacayo with a 25-yard field goal, capping off a 7-play, 21-yard drive. That took 3 minutes and 37 seconds. The big play on that drive was the 3rd down and 7 conversion where Rocky Hines hit Jarrell Kelly for 20 yards. That was the backbreaker.
On this kickoff return, I want to back Ings up maybe about 6 yards or so, because he might be able to field one of these.
Dodge with 1 timeout, down 47-38 with 1:22 to play. Line drive right at Ings at the 15. Comes back to the right, gets a block from Carson, sheds a tackle, running left and taken down to the open field at the 24-yard line by Charles Johnson Jr., his 2nd special teams tackle.
But I like where we're sitting at right now is what I like where we're sitting at right now. We're in great field position right now. Now we get some offensive line blocking, able to look downfield. We don't have to get everything right at once, Mike. Get 10, 15 yards if they're going to give it to us, and then that puts us in a great position down there to go for it.
They have to score and get an onside kick, down 47-38, only 1 timeout and 1:16 to play in the 4th. 1st and 10 Dodge at their own 24. Benson, Davis, and Carson to the right. Mo Young left. Floyd out of the shotgun. They'll rush 3, drop 5. Quick drop. Rolls right. Throws it right. It's caught by Carson. Maybe gains a yard. As he cuts it back to the middle of the field to the 25-yard line. Jason Catchings on the stop.
Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yarbrough sitting there talking. Stop the clock then.
2nd and 9 at midfield. Bad snap. Hits the ground. Flags fly and whistles will blow this play dead with 57 seconds to play.
Great job. I tell you what I like out of our offense. While Yarbrough was sitting there trying to delay the ball game, the process, we went ahead and lined up, went ahead and snapped the ball anyway.
Wichita, 11 penalties for 86 yards. They lead it, however, 47-38 with 57 seconds left. Dodge with 1 timeout and a 2nd and 4 at the Wichita 20.
And what do you like about that? We get 5 yards. Let's stop the clock.
Floyd out of the shotgun, trips to the right. 2 in high motion right. Takes the shotgun snap. Looking left. Under pressure and sacked for the 5th time tonight at the 24. Matt Moss, his 9th sack of the year. And the Law has to use their final timeout, a loss of 4.
Ouch. That one hurt, Mike. A lot of things going on this weekend. Greatly appreciate the people that came out here. What a great crowd on top of that. Memorial Weekend also brings up the Indy 500. Going to be the 50th year that's going to be on TV. Think of the great announcers that you like. I think of Paul Page, Jim McKay, Chris Conamacki, who passed away last year. Al Unser, the Unsers, Andretti's going to be on tomorrow. It's going to be very, very cool. Hope people get a chance to watch it. Also in Arlen, real quick, like John Force, 16-time winner of Funny Car. There at Topeka, doing a great job there also.
3rd and 8 at the plus 24. Bubble screen dropped right at midfield by Brandon Benson. Heard footsteps from Dan Kantz. And now a 4th and 8. He can try the field goal. This is a little bit outside of Jared Wood's range. You need 2 scores. Doesn't matter how you get them. That sack, by the way, the 5th of the game for Wichita. They had 6 in the first matchup. Dodge at one point led 28-14, but in the second half have been outscored 26-10, and they trail 47-38. Floyd now 12 of 18, 115 yards. This is the bowl game right here. 4th and 8 from the Wichita 24. 3 receivers right, takes the shotgun snap. 4-man rush, and Floyd is sacked at midfield. Got rid of it at the last second. They will rule him down back at the 21.
I tell you what, this is a great win, honestly, by the Wichita Wild. They come to Dodge City. We've been playing at a high level. We made a bunch of mistakes tonight. Wichita Wild took advantage of them, able to come in here and just put on a great bull rush. Now we know that we will be going on the road as a playoff team. Where are we going to go? We're going to go to Salina, are we going to go to Wichita, or are we going to Sioux City?
6 sacks in this game for that Wichita front, we'll say front 4. Now victory formation, a kneel down, and the Wild will go to 8-2. Just the second loss with Josh Floyd at quarterback. And a come-from-behind win for Wichita. They were trailing 28-14 after Dodge had scored 28 unanswered points. And this is nothing new for the Wild. They trailed 30-28 against Oklahoma a few weeks back on the road at halftime before coming back in the second half and just blowing the doors off the defenders.
But, Mike, we've talked about this. To be the man, you've got to beat the man. Right now, the Wichita Wild, they're the man. And we may see them down the road here in 3 weeks. But right now, DC Law will have to reform. They're going to get a bye week, and then they'll put things back together. They'll be home here in 2 weeks. Kansas Coyotes come back in town, and then we're going to find out how everything shakes out because the Wilds have got a couple big games, and now you're talking about home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Comes in next week with Sioux City and the Wichita Wild playing each other at Wichita. On our bye week, may not be a bad one to drive down and go see, but oh wait, we got state tracking to do while we're in Wichita on Saturday.
Final score, Wichita 47, Dodge City 38. Wichita comes from 14 down. They storm back, and they outscored Dodge City in the second half, 26-10. Our 5th quarter show next. We'll join Tim Boulware live on the field with post-game interviews. That's all coming up on Z98.